my job, too.
Man, you are one pathetic loser. No offense.
No, none taken.
That's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age. Go Red Guy!
I did it again.
Giggity.
Right? Hello out there to all the critics out there. You know, the ones that are loud with their criticism and the ones that keep it inside. We want to thank everyone for listening to our last 2 episodes, which were good movies, bad movies, some guilty pleasure ones.
Yeah. Baish, I want to say that was a lot of fun. And to everybody out there, yeah, thank you so much for chiming in. We really appreciate it. Like each week we have a panel with us. And the guys who help us make it a little funny, add a little extra insight,
Hey, and those 2 fuckers that were, okay, there's 2 guys going at me on the comments section saying that, like, why don't we have a girl?
Yeah.
He's like, there's like 4 dudes and like no girls in Sausage Party. I'm like, please, look at every other podcast. Find me a podcast that each one has a girl in it. When there's more than one dude, find me a podcast that has a girl that's not their wife.
I mean, that's true.
Bobby Lee is with his wife. Tom Segura is with his wife. Bert Kreischer, he's with his wife.
I mean, I'm sure we could probably add a woman.
Fuck those 2
group,
guys.
But even then, I mean,
fuck those guys.
Fuck them.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck them.
I'm big enough.
One of our discussions in the last show was about Made in Manhattan, and it's not necessarily like a guy movie. So I think we try to represent everybody. I mean, no matter what gender, what belief, this is about what we see. But obviously, there's a lot of input through our
fucking assholes.
Yeah, so I don't think obviously, when April wants to come in and give us her point of view, obviously she's welcome. It's just this is our view at this time. You know what I mean?
Right. It's our opinion.
And I'm sure there's 4 chicks out there that are 4 broads out there that are getting
chicks,
together.
Broads, ladies,
broads.
Much respect, but do your thing and express your opinion. This is ours.
See, that was a nice way of putting it. My way of putting it is fuck off. That's the best way I can put that. No, if you have criticism about the episode, I'm more than happy about that.
Right.
Just like with Baish and Chunk. I'm more than happy with it.
Constructive criticism.
No, it doesn't even have to be constructive criticism. But don't just throw some stupid shit out there. Where's the apples? What the fuck does that mean? When he says, where's the women at? Okay, what's your point? He wasn't about a woman's point of view. He just asked, why isn't there a woman on there? Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? It wasn't like a woman's point of view. I get what Herbert said, having a woman's perspective. But that wasn't even the point.
Right.
It was just put a girl on there. What the fuck for?
I think it's just jealousy, man. Come on.
I mean, it could be.
Think about it. If they were talking too much shit, why don't they do their own thing and then get their own women on there?
There you go.
They're just mad because it's 3 dudes in our ward, Eli.
Yeah, exactly. and to the point, to the people that left those comments, fuck you, but thank you for listening.
See, there you go. Nice little tidbit at the end.
At the end, what I'm saying?
So today we were talking about different TV shows, the ones we love and the ones we don't, and some hidden gems also.
Yep. Those TV shows were these amazing, great, and how I can, binge watch these extra episodes more and more, on the daily basis. We think about Netflix, we think about Disney Plus, Hulu, HBO Max, all these different venues where you're able to just binge watch all these crazy shows. And today we're really going to talk about some binge-worthy shows. But before we get into this, I do want to introduce our hosts and our guests. And today we have Baish, Eli, and then we're going to introduce right now Mr. Eddie. Go ahead, Eddie.
Hi guys, how you guys doing? Thank you again for bringing me on today. Had so much fun the last 2 podcasts we did. Can't wait to get into this one again. Dive into it.
And now, as far as our next guest, we have Mr. Herbert. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my man.
Hey, thank you again for having me on. It's an honor to come here and express a point. My versions of shows that we like, and hopefully you keep listening.
So thank you, gentlemen, for having us. Now, before we get into this lovely podcast, I have our random fact of the day. So
I should have had like a drummer or some shit like that.
You know?
Kid, like for Eli, it'd be like, my random thought of the day.
Damas y caballeros, niños y niñas. This is Eli's random
You
thought.
shut your face. If we want to hear you talk, I will shove my arm up your ass and work your mouth like a puppet. You hear me? You hear me?
That's the first one I jumped at.
I mean,
that was the first one.
You had to use it. I mean,
That was the first one. Either that or this. It was either that one or that one. Go ahead, Eli.
obviously, you had to use the other one.
Go ahead, Eli.
All right, gentlemen. So today's random fact comes from Mother Russia. So there's this popular weight loss blogger by the name of Marina Belmisheva. I know I butchered it, but it's
You're fired. All right.
Anywho,
Next, Eddie. Herbert.
who is hey? So this
had
woman,
one job.
So this woman is 35 years of age and has more than 500,000 followers on Instagram. So get this: she just gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, and guess who's the baby daddy?
Me.
Her stepson Vladimir Shavarin. Now, guess how old this kid is? 21 years of age. So Vladimir's dad, Alexei Shavarin, had this to say: I would have forgiven her if she was cheating, if it wasn't for my son. She was running to my son's bed from our bedroom when I was sleeping.
That's dope.
And after, she was coming back and laying in bed with me as if nothing happened.
Did she kiss him though?
Hey, I'm pretty sure she
Like that would have been. That's the bad
I
part.
mean, he probably did. No.
That's the bad part.
All the things you're worried about them just kissing.
Yeah,
You know? I mean, that's the worst thing. You don't even know what the mouth is doing.
Hold on. Yeah, because she's running to her stepson's bed, correct?
Right.
So she's, maybe giving him the slobby knobby or whatever.
Yeah.
And then running back to her husband's bed and then kissing him goodnight. Like tongue kissing him or something goodnight. So that's, yeah, exactly. You're worried about other shit. I'm worried about that.
Like, you know where the mouth's been.
When your son is also your brother.
Ooh. And then this blogger met her stepson when he was only 7 years old, and now they have a kid together. And guess what? She said that she's happy. She married her stepson, and ultimately she is loved, and she loves. And now, get this. I mean, this is fucking weird, but yo, having your son steal your woman, like, what the fuck? So what do you guys think about
that?
that?
Picture of the guy, the stepson. I was like, he looks like somebody who'd do that. It was a picture of you.
Oh my god! So, do you guys have any feedback about that?
That's not random. That's redneck.
That's awesome. For the kid.
For the
the
kid.
husband, it's horrible. It's
I think
like
I saw that episode on Pornhub.
I think everyone's seen that episode on Pornhub. But
The husband's like, you are not the father.
like for the kid, it's awesome. This is what I never got. Like when there's a hot teacher,
Right.
and she's banging like students.
Mm-hmm.
Like what student thinks it's okay to tell on that kid? Like that's just high fives all around.
Well, the person that tells is the actual kid because he
Yes.
can't wait to tell all his friends that he's banging.
It's
the
horrible.
teacher.
He wants to brag about it. And here's the thing, if we're going to talk about equality and shit, so it's okay for when dudes fuck teachers, right? Well, what's
Yeah.
the other way around? Everybody's like, oh no, she's the victim. Oh no, because he's a man? No,
Well, he should
bro.
know better.
Oh, so the woman should have known
I
better?
have daughters, so that's why I say that.
So you're being biased. That's a biased opinion, my man.
No shit. But at least I'm upfront about it. I'm honest
all
about
right,
it. Like,
but I'm just saying, we're going to talk about equality, right?
yeah, no. It's what
It's not that it's wrong or right. It's just who's judging. You know what I mean? Like guys will judge other guys and be like, hey.
Yeah, because it's a high five for the guys. You're like, hey, high five, bro. Way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a girl. Oh my God, he
My,
touched me. And they can use it fucking different versions. Like,
My high school assistant principal was with a couple students, and he ended up marrying like a senior straight out of high school. Then he cheated on her with like the next year's senior. It was like a big old scandal.
well, he should have known. Like, she should have known. Like,
come on.
she's old news.
Yeah, exactly. She's like 18 now. What the hell?
Yeah, like, what's he
like, oh
want
my
her
gosh,
for?
you're too old now.
He was just crowned the next prom queen.
That's right. That's the real prize when you become prom queen. You think you get a tiara and a sash? Nope, you get the vice principal. You get the vice
shit.
principal.
The grand prize.
That's the grand prize. You get him and his, $40,000 like a year, salary and his little apartment and his balding or whatever.
Little Miata.
Yeah, there you go. His
He got a
swatch.
Yaris,
Hey, he had a swatch, huh? Those watches that were like
A swatch watch. Yeah.
it was a swatch, right? Yeah.
Though, at the time though, as a kid, you were like, you knew it was straight out there. You know what I mean? But in those days, I think that was more common than it is now.
I mean, that's true. But I mean, if you really look at the big picture of it all, I mean, like this woman who influences so many other people, she's like saying, hey, it's okay to marry your stepson. And then, you know, it's one of those perceptions where like, well, fuck it, dude, it's your life. But at the same time, what the fuck, man? And she said she was okay. She feels bad, but she doesn't. She feels bad because she destroyed a family, but then she doesn't because she found love. Like,
and what were her choices too? That guy and then a hairy knuckle guy down the road. I mean, she's in the middle of Russia. Come on, let's give her some. Let's give her
That
some
is
credit.
true. Like they eat onion soup during the winter and shit. So like give her a break. Like onion soup for like when it's cold and you can't go outside. That's what they fucking eat.
that's true.
Onion soup and vodka.
And then to top it all off, I don't know if you guys knew this,
And
but
stepsons apparently.
I don't know if you guys knew
There
this,
you
but
go.
in Russia, they block Pornhub over there, and they'll say, go out there and meet somebody. So they literally block Pornhub out there. So,
You make it sound like that's the only option: Pornhub or real people.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
guess,
Oh, hey,
I guess I'm never going to Russia then. Fuck that. I could do that in Greece.
You mean like car grease or manteca?
Oh
probably
my God.
Manteca.
That's good shit.
All right, gentlemen. So that was the fact of the day. Thank you for chiming in. So, Baish.
So I thought I'd start with like your favorite show you have that you could watch over and over. For me, at this point, I can watch Game of Thrones over and over. The Witcher, obviously Cobra Kai, because you know Cobra Kai, the Ozarks, and Batman the Animated Series, and Workaholics. Those are my 6. Eli,
So for me, I have a couple actually. So live action, I definitely gotta say on Netflix, I liked watching Stranger Things. I liked the Umbrella Academy. Obviously, I agree with you. The Witcher, Dracula, and then American Horror Story. Now, there's also one they just added on there called Happy. It's fucking hilarious. It's dark humor. It has to do with like an imaginary character, but definitely recommend that. But then other venues, you cannot exclude The Mandalorian and The Boys. Like those definitely have to be my top favorite that I can continuously watching. They're great stories, great actors. It's just a great a series to binge on.
The Boys is awesome because it's like if superheroes were fucking pricks.
Yeah. It's like a reality kind of like, we are brought up to believe like these superheroes are badass. They care about us. They want to do this. They protect us. But then we don't see it from like the, human side aspect of it off, how much they terrorize us or whatever. That was actually pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I totally agree with your list, Eli. I still have The Mandalorian and The Boys. When I first started watching The Boys, I was like, what the hell is this shit, right? But after like maybe the 3rd episode, you're like, hey, I'm kind of rooting for the bad guys. Like I couldn't tell who were the bad guys like at that point.
You couldn't tell because when you're watching the show, you're thinking like, wait, these guys are supposed to be superheroes.
Yeah.
And then the very first episode at the end where his girlfriend literally gets blown up into smithereens, like just because he ran right through her, bro.
If you haven't seen it, that's what happens, guys.
So
the end.
Next show.
I was gonna bring up that scene, but with a spoiler alert. But now, but one of the things that I loved about that show was that you're the one that really recommended it to me, and I wasn't ready to watch it, but when I watched it, that the fact that when that happened in that scene, I was really hurt, man. Like I was rooting for that girl. Things were going like I wanted to know more about her character, and then she's just removed from the whole scene from Infinity, So I think that's what a great start for The Boys, and it just continues. It makes you have an opinion about every single character.
that's true. And then like, these are shows that I could say that I would definitely recommend. But then we have like the anime. So I watch pretty much anything. I watch from anime, soap operas, whatever. But the most recent anime I've been really getting into is Akame ga Kill. That's an old one, but it's it's all action. It's about these what do they call anti-heroes? They're assassins and they're trying to kill these corrupt politicians. So stuff like that is what I'm really into. So then on Netflix, there's like Neon Genesis Evangelion, One Punch Man, Agogetsu, Harley Quinn, which is on HBO Max. That one was fucking hilarious.
Harley Quinn is pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, dude. And they didn't censor shit. She was cussing out, and they had like a good like
it's
little
rated R.
trick. Yeah, dude, I fucking love that. And now as far as like these shows that we're talking about, guilty pleasures and like good binge
You're
watching.
not on Guilty Pleasure yet.
Oh no, we're not on guilty pleasure. Oh, sorry, no, we're talking about recommendations of good binge worthy shows.
Yeah.
So What about you? When you guys were growing up, did you guys watch any anime?
I watch tentacle porn. Does that count?
You mean hentai? You like?
I guess, but I guess that's like it's the first anime I ever watched. I'm fucking serious. I was like 7, and my brother showed it to me.
So
it was
the only anime that I can remember watching when I was growing up was Super Campeones.
Oh, the one about soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it because my uncle loved soccer, and it was on Telemundo. And I was like, what the hell is this? Why is he watching cartoons, right? That was my first thought. And then slowly I started looking. I'm like, it's actually pretty good. Now, keep in mind, it's like any anime. Like a sequence was like 5 minutes. It lasted the whole 30 minutes.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
So that kind of, I was like, oh, whatever. But that was the only anime that I remember watching growing up. But I enjoyed that show a lot.
I bet, Herbert, do you have an anime you had watched?
So it's funny because and this really happened to me when I already had my 2 daughters and my son. But my oldest daughter, right off the bat, she loves Spirited Away, right?
Oh yeah.
And so
the Studio Ghibli series movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we had to literally rent that movie, and take it home, watch it on a DVD player. And so that's kind of like where we started with anime with my family. And from there, like now my daughter Jennifer, she gave me a list, and I was like, you know what? I'll never consume as much as you're consuming right now as far as anime. I was like, I'm going to just have to interview you straight out, because she's on shows that are like, her preference is more on the gory end, so she likes to watch a lot of the vampire anime.
Oh, yeah.
But she also likes this one, I believe it's called Hoike. And it's like a volleyball kind of, it's like a sport anime thing.
Oh yeah, right.
And it's crazy how like it's so diverse. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you have to realize that you're consuming the mind of like Japanese culture,
right,
converted to what we're seeing. So you're also learning about like Japanese and Vietnamese and Chinese. Their whole culture that way.
See, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z and going to what Eddie was saying. Okay, Dragon Ball Z is the shit. I don't care what nobody say. It's my fucking show. But it is hilarious because when there is the big famous scene that everybody talks about with Goku fighting Frieza, where the planet is set to explode. They say it's going to explode in 5 minutes. And then every fucking episode, 30 minutes later, next time on Dragon Ball Z. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, I'm gonna kill you, Frieza. And next thing you know, 6 episodes later, then he finally kills Frieza.
and then Goku grows up, right?
Oh no! See, there was a Dragon Ball series, and then it goes Dragon Ball Z, and then they did another series called Dragon Ball GT, which a lot of the fans fucking hate that series. Yeah. And then from there, they revamped the Dragon Ball Z series, but they called it Dragon Ball Kai. And then they also did a new one right now, which is Dragon Ball Super. Now, Dragon Ball Super is definitely like a really good one, but if you think about it, now they're talking about from being like Super Saiyan to now being gods, planet destroyers, and all these other things, and it's going to a whole different genre. But if you talk about people who grew up on Dragon Ball Z, they're more fans of Dragon Ball Super than they are of the Dragon Ball GT series, where like, long story short, for the GT series is that Goku gets involved with like these characters. They wish that he was a little kid again, which they did. And then the story plays out trying to find the dark Dragon Balls. And you have to collect them all before Goku stays small for the rest of his life. But then
sounds like Pokemon.
You got to catch them all.
Let me give you a list. Let me give you a list of what my daughter's recommended me to watch as far as anime.
Oh, it's anime.
So,
Okay.
So and I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher these, but the first one's Haiku, and that's the one that I said that's like a volleyball anime.
Oh, right.
And then she's got a Kami ga Kill. She said Attack on Titan.
Oh, that's a great one.
And Hunter versus Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter Cross Hunter. Yeah, that one's good too.
So this is what she's fucking with right now.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of other great ones out there, and then like there's Death Note. Death Note is freaking great. It's this kid who finds a notebook, and in order for you to kill somebody, you have to visualize and or see the person and know their name, and you can describe how they're going to die, or if you write them in their journal, they just die from a heart attack. So that series is fucking great.
Let me change the subject completely. But the moment you said Death Note, have you seen Death Note, the small documentary about Chalino Sanchez?
No, I didn't see that. What?
Well,
I know you like watching documentaries too.
Yeah, so this is just a little short. So Chalino Sanchez goes to Mexico to do a concert.
Okay.
He's already been warned not to go to Mexico, not to do a concert. They're literally filming him as close as I'm looking at you. And they're filming, he's about to do his next song, and they've given him a note. And the note says, "You're going to die tonight." And he reads the note, and you're looking at him.
Oh, live on stage.
Yeah, and you're looking right at him, and he just reads the note. He just takes like a second, and then he's like, I gotta go on with the show, and he goes on with the show, and that's the night he was murdered.
Fuck.
Yeah, and he and that it's crazy, but you have to see the documentary. It's called the Death Note.
And for those of you that don't know, so Chalino Sanchez is a Mexican singer. He sings corridos, and he's world renowned across Mexico. Even here in the United States, there's a lot of Latinos that love this guy. And he has a son, Adan Chalino Sanchez, who also dedicates a lot of his music to his dad. But the main point is that this guy was a very famous singer, and he got threatened from the mafia, from his public, and all because of the type of music that he would sing. So that's interesting. I didn't know that.
That's why I quit my music career.
I mean, that's why you only
got
do
a C note.
I only ended up doing the demo, and I was like, no, I can't release this anymore.
Eddie's band played for my daughter's party one time.
Oh,
in my backyard,
shit.
it was the best, bro.
Shut up.
And he was like, they were like a Smiths cover band, so it was so mellow, bro. It was like they were going at it, and
oh, please tell me Eddie had like that long hair. He was all emo with the fucking black makeup y todo.
he was rock en español to death. Bro.
Damn, Eddie, I didn't know that side about you, bro. I know you play the guitar, but I didn't know you were in a band, bro. Oh shit, this is an original for Don Bon Bon? No, so
That was our band, dude. Más que ayer.
Más que ayer? Damn. Look at that. Fucking Mr. Badass over here.
Dude, we actually did like Battle of the Bands, and we ended up going up to the Joint and also the Whiskey A Go Go, where Motley Crue actually became famous up there.
She became famous?
He got third place, bro. There was only 2 bands.
That's fucked up. That was a good story until Herbert fucked it up. But he got third place. Oh, how many bands? 2. Your math is off. So Eddie, what are your shows?
So I gonna have the Mandalorian, the boys. Okay, Cobra Kai, obviously.
Yeah.
You gotta have that one in there. I know this is an old one, but The Simpsons.
Okay.
I
mean,
up until when though? Because there's like 50 fucking seasons, so
49.
Hey, but who's counting? Get it right.
Who's counting?
I mean, shit.
No, I think it was after season, I think maybe 17 or 16.
Okay.
Because then after that, the writers were just garbage.
Yeah, they were just mailing it in. It was like people will watch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, did you know that Conan O'Brien was actually one of the writers?
Yeah,
I was surprised.
That's how he got his show.
Yeah, he wrote that one on the monorail track.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one that he wrote that one.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, as you guys know, everybody knows about The Simpsons. They always talk about how they predicted the future, right? They predicted Trump being president. They predicted, what's it called, FaceTime, when you talk to people on the phone.
On your watch.
See? And then they have all these other conspiracy theories thinking that Simpsons know something that we don't.
Maybe.
I mean, they might.
If you throw enough shit at the wall, something's gonna.
Yeah,
stick.
that's my point. Like everyone's like, oh, they know this. Like, no, just keep saying bad shit. Like if somebody says the world's gonna end every fucking day for like 20 years, and the
eventually
21st year and the world ends, like he was a genius. No, he just said the same shit over and over and over again.
That was it. Yeah. I mean, mind you, they're all great episodes. I mean, for Simpsons, I love their their Halloween specials.
Treehouse
Horror.
Yeah, those are gold. I freaking love them all, especially when they do tribute to like Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
When they do like all these poems and everything, like it's gold. I love it. And then they do tributes for like movies that like what is it called?
They did the Birds for Alfred Hitchcock.
There you go. There you
Bro,
go.
they had Michael Jackson on in that one. Remember when he was the guy?
The fat dude?
Yeah.
Like,
Happy
Michael
birthday,
Jackson.
Lisa.
Yeah. Dude, here's a fact. A lot of people don't know. You know Michael Jackson bought Happy Birthday?
He tried, didn't he?
No, he bought it.
He actually did? I thought he tried it.
No, you ever go to Denny's or anywhere else and they sing not happy birthday, but happy birthday because they could not sing happy birthday to you. If you look at old movies and shows, they never sang the full happy birthday song because Michael Jackson owned
the rights.
So he owned the rights to the fucking song.
What the fuck? So,
Dude,
if a movie played that,
he got money for it.
He had to get royalties.
Yeah, he had to get royalties for
He
it.
also bought when you blow out the candles.
Well, yeah, because he used to do that the little boy booty hole, but still. No,
He would blow bubbles.
nah,
Damn it, you
but what's crazy? You know you're too rich when you can buy the Beatles masters.
Yeah.
No
He
shit.
bought the
That's
Beatles
right,
masters
that's
and
right.
gave it to Paul McCartney.
He pissed off Paul McCartney because he had suggested for him to do that,
Yeah.
but not the Beatles.
Yeah.
He said, if you're smart, buy a catalog. Okay,
like-
and he bought his. He bought
He
theirs.
said, buy your own. He's like, I own my own. He's like, okay. And for a gift, he bought the Beatles catalog. Not a couple songs. They're a whole catalog and gave it to him. McCartney did not like that.
Fuck.
Because that means, yeah, he bought it, so he gave it to him, but Michael still gets royalties from every time something's sang.
Fuck. Talk about being a douche.
Yeah. Dude, have you seen?
Hey, everybody, I want to be your
Or
friend.
that's a smart move. I mean,
No, it's genius move. Like the happy birthday thing was genius. That was genius. If you ever seen, is it not called Surviving? What's it called?
What is it?
The Neverland one.
Oh, Surviving Neverland.
I don't think it's R. Kelly. That's R. Kelly's.
Oh yeah, Surviving R. Kelly is one of them.
What's the Neverland one?
The one, the documentary for Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah, that one's rough, dude. That one's fucking rough to watch. Like
that opened up that kid to then want to sue him, and then like I don't think that was ever the plan. It's just it was like, wow, it's weird, and you sleep with like mannequins in your room, and you have little boys over.
Well, yeah, you remember when they asked him a question? Like I forgot who. Oh, it's Don Lemon when he was first starting out.
Yeah,
as a reporter, he loved Michael Jackson. He even said it in the interview before.
Yeah,
like we're going to interview Michael. This is all hearsay stuff with him.
Right.
So they interview him. He's like, Michael, do you think it's okay to sleep with little boys in your bed? He's like, well, we're all children of the world. He's like, nigga, like.
You couldn't just
I just asked you a question. You could have just said no. So he asks him again. It's like, Michael, maybe you didn't understand what I said. Do you think it's okay to sleep with children naked in the bed that aren't your children? Well, we're all God's children. He's just like, dude, he literally goes off the camera and goes like this to cut it because Michael is literally digging himself
deeper
a pedophile hole.
And now here's the thing. My question to you guys is this: since we're on the subject, do you guys think that it's the parents' fault? Because what a coincidence that these children stay with Michael, but the parents, they get properties, they get vacations, they get money, they get all this shit. But then when the kid gets traumatized and comes back, then they want to sue Michael for more money, not necessarily to protect their children, but to say, well,
no, they're out of money.
Well, there you
They're
go.
out of money. That's
so
what it was.
now the question is, do you think it's the parents' fault? Do you think that the children wanted to? Like, what do you think based on the on this whole Michael situation? Since we're on the subject,
It's neglect, bro. It's neglect from the parents, and then they obviously were sold. They were sold with the hope to have money or something, And Michael Jackson, at the end of the day, he's a superstar. But you take his autograph, you take a picture, but. I wouldn't leave my kid. No matter
for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
For 3 weeks.
Like my
Alone.
my
Get
kid's
this
hall pass
alone.
can't come true with
Dude,
Michael
for 3
Jackson.
weeks, I get, okay, you're spending an afternoon with like LeBron James. You guys don't play basketball, go eat and that kind of shit. I get that, okay? I understand that. Not, hey, you want to go with this guy who might love you too much for 3 weeks.
the fuck.
Yeah. This has to do with, TV because it was a documentary.
Yeah, I mean, technically, it is a series. Hey,
It went from
technically-
Make-A-Wish to make a felony.
Oh, it's true. So it's a hall pass to hell. That's what it
Oh,
is.
that's another one. Oh, dude, that's gold.
Yeah, that is. Speaking of that, what's the To Catch a Predator?
Oh,
Chris
there you go.
Hansen.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch those and just laugh? You ever
Like-
see dudes walk in like, oh, I'm gonna get laid by a 14-year-old? Oh, Chris Hansen, bye.
Oh, gotta go.
The guy that takes his little boy with him, man.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That's
Yeah, well,
sad, bro. Like you're I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that, honestly.
I mean, if you went to court, you could maybe try to explain that away, saying that your son needed someone to play with. Maybe.
the best part
but
is
look at the messages, though.
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
that's
my
the
point.
best part.
That's my
the best
point.
part.
The messages, like,
Yeah,
goddamn.
they bust out the text and they're like, "Your user handyman
I mean, for the record, these are shows, TV shows that you can technically binge watch, but at the same time, they're cringeworthy because you think about like, fuck, how many disgusting fucks are out there?
Lots.
A lot.
You ever
And then
look up
when
the app? Look up the app for all them beeps, those little red dots.
Yeah.
For pedophiles.
Yeah. All over the
Dude,
place.
It look like where's Waldo on your fucking thing, like where you're at with everybody else. There's a shitload of them.
There's a statistics that said that 1 out of 4 guys in a room is one of them.
Eli. I'm surprised you guys didn't say that faster.
He was waiting for the punchline. That's what it was.
I'm not
gonna point any fingers.
I'm not pointing any fingers, but
Look over there.
I'm pointing with my finger in my head. Just so, Herbert, what are your shows?
All right, man. So I agree with a lot of that. Cobra Kai, I had to watch it. I'm waiting for the next season until it. But the thing about, let's talk about Cobra Kai. The best thing is that
Cobra Kai!
the best thing is we watched the first movie, so a lot of that's integrated, and I love how their memories are the first couple movies. And
they're pushing. Their memories are pushing them.
Yeah, like the continuation of the film.
But if you think about it, I don't think I've seen that in any other show where
I've never seen that.
They can reference back to an actual scene, integrated into the plot, and it just like when Ali came back, wow, you know what I mean?
Everybody was all excited.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah,
and it's at the end of the day, it's Elizabeth Shue, and I thought, hey, no matter what she's doing and where.
Hey, Miguel's mom's hot, right?
Yes.
I'm the only one who thinks that, right? Dude, Miguel's mom is like insanely hot.
Hey, if we ask Eddie, she's like, I don't like curly hair.
I know she flips tortillas with her hand.
So let me ask you a question.
I know.
So in the first movie, Johnny was made to look, or the movies.
Oh, here we go.
Johnny was made to look like the villain, right? Okay.
Yes.
When you look at it from the way they broke it down in Cobra Kai,
It's the opposite.
it's the opposite. Yes, Johnny was a dick. He was a bully, but Daniel kept coming at him.
He kept pushing his button.
Yeah. Even after, you can ask them, even after they were sold, don't touch him. What did he do at school?
He stole his girlfriend.
Stole his girlfriend, but kept
pushing
him.
Like, you can't touch me.
You can't touch me. Flipping his books over and walking away like, oh, well, we worked something out where they can't touch me. Then it was enough at the school dance when he wet him with the hose. And they whooped his ass, and Mr. Miyagi jumped over and, all that stupid shit. But, yeah. But, like, look at them as adults. Daniel's a fucking prick, dude.
Okay, so.
Dude, he's a prick.
I will say this. In the movie, first of all, before we even go back, Mr. Miyagi was a douche, and I fucking loved it.
He was great.
It was hilarious. Like, every one-liners was gold. If he's like, if they're not going to kick your ass today, it might be tomorrow. All the phrases that he has. So,
Aye.
And then one of the things that I thought is this. Yeah, you're right. They put Mr. Miyagi and Cobra Kai had an agreement, like, leave this fucker alone, don't touch him, don't do anything. But at the same time, it's like, fool's a fucking bully, bro. Come on.
No, that's perfectly fine. But if you're given a red light, don't touch, don't do anything, and you keep antagonizing him, what's going to happen?
What about that scene that he got, running down the hill?
He didn't run. Dude, he
But that's
jumped
after
down
that
the
scene.
fucking. Dude,
They had an agreement at that
so
point.
we're watching the movie, right? And you remember the scene where they're holding his bike and he's pedaling, right? If you watch it closely, he rolls himself down that fucking hill. They don't push him down the hill.
He just turns right and goes.
He
into
turns right for some damn reason because he doesn't know there's a hill there. And you saw it, Eli. He rolled himself down the hill.
But you and I both know when you're watching the film wants to say, hey, they pushed me
Yeah, but
down
when you
the hill.
watch it as an adult and you're looking like, this fool is just uncoordinated.
But I love how now we know that the reason why he's like that is because his stepdad was a douche.
His
He didn't have
stepdad
a
was a
dad.
douche. His real dad left him. His mom was just trying her hardest, trying to give him a better life, but it was a worse life for him. And you see that.
And
That's why he grew up like that.
You end
way.
up empathizing. You hear this guy's pain. You end up loving him. Like, okay, fine, that's true.
Yeah, because he's a rich kid in the movie.
Yeah.
He's just a spoiled rich kid with like he doesn't know how to take care of his girlfriend. But now you know why. So I mean that's the greatest thing about that show is that you can reference back to an actual your hard memory. You have hard memory, and it integrates with the show.
So like in the third season, they explain. You know how in the second movie, the beginning is like he's coming, I guess, back from prom or something, and the truck's all messed up. And, and you're like, oh my god, like she's cheating on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in this third season, she explains like, no, that that's not how it happened. Like, you saw it the wrong way.
Yeah, it was a different way of looking at something, and you were like, oh shit. That was the best. This is the best part of this show, and what's great is they're bringing back the dude with the ponytail.
Oh,
It's Terry Silver.
yes.
That's who he was on the phone with.
Yes, at the end.
Talking
Oh, the
to
Ray.
him.
Wasn't it Stingray?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you watch Karate Kid, you know they're doing in sequence
Yeah.
of the movies.
Right.
So you know that in the third episode or the third season, Kreese is has like, hey, I owe you my life, whatever, because the whole war thing, right?
Right.
That's why in the third movie he tells him like, hey, I need you to help me out with this guy, make sure he bleeds from his hands, right? So now it's going on to this is he's calling him back again
To help him again.
to help him out again.
Yeah.
And I mean, and like you're like Herbert was adding on to this. So one of the best things about the Cobra Kai is that they bring back scenes from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They bring back characters from the movie. They have, and if you really think about it, it's all perception. And I think that's the best part about this film is that one perception can make it seem like, okay, Daniel's son, he's the one who's dealing with all this crazy drama. But then when you look at both characters, you learn to love them both because one, I will say this. Let me tell you why. Because each one of them has an issue with perception. One sees it like, no, he's being a bully, he's just being a dick, and then the other one's like, no, I'm just trying to come up. I want to get myself out of this slump. I don't want to be a drunk anymore. I want to be a good influence to these kids. This one child changed my life, and I want to be better.
Ooh,
and it's Miguel.
And he wants to be a dad.
Hey, have you seen Miguel? Like, I don't know if it's you guys, but when you see Miguel hit that pole, doesn't it just make you like you cringe up a little bit?
Cringe.
Dude, he hits that shit hard.
Yeah.
Like that thud of just bang. It was like horrible.
That's the reason why they took so long to do the third season.
It was supposed to be fake when they actually hit that shit.
And he really was in the hospital.
They're like, all
recovering and
right,
shit.
move a little to the left. All right, I'm into the right, to the right. Oh.
They just remind me like of the Simpsons when they're doing the comic book hero guys, like the goggles. They do nothing.
I remember that shit's funny.
So as you were saying, Herbert, so Cobra Kai, as we went into that, it's a great show. Continue.
Yeah. Okay, so I was talking to Baish earlier, and I was saying, what am I watching like every day, right? So my typical day, honestly, nowadays I'm such a geek, but I watch like Kitchen Nightmares a lot. But I love like Bob's Burgers, bro. I watch Bob's Burgers. This is kind of like a comfort show for me,
right?
It's just funny. It's just honestly, that's our sense of humor. Like that whole. Let me give you a couple episodes. The one where Tina's learning to drive and she's like,
oh, she hits the car.
and there's only one car in the whole thing.
Dude, that was Nalita.
Oh my god!
We were driving, right? There's one car sitting there, and she's like veering, and I'm like, "Stop! She's just move." I'm like, "No!" So I had to turn like really quick. I was like, "Oh, Bob's Burgers, I almost got I got a parked car right now."
Yeah, another episode is when she wants to turn it into a movie, into a theater and dinner. And they have the whole dinner theater in the
with Gene?
Gene's doing the piano, and then they get robbed. And it's a hit.
Yeah.
It's a hit because it gets robbed. People are like, that's so surprising.
Like, it's so great. My favorite episode is Gene It to the Limit, when Gene becomes a cheerleader.
Oh my god, Gene!
Dude, that shit's fucking hilarious.
Hey, is that the episode where they do like a kind of an honor to like that one movie about dancing? Where he's like, I need to dance my problems away, and he goes into like this like
no, that's a different one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's Jimmy
Jr.
But
I still
Jimmy Jr.
dance.
I just want to dance.
But like they're doing it right, and they're like Jean becomes a cheerleader, but Tina wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to do a cartwheel, and she hits her face on the table and the floor, so she can't talk. But she sucked; she couldn't do it. So then Jean starts a like a war with the other kid who's on there. It's just fucking hilarious because he's like so lazy that he doesn't care. But he keeps getting it right. Like, it's just great.
He was just a natural.
Yeah.
He's got gifts. You know what I mean? He's just got gifts.
He's funny as fuck.
Yeah. They come out. So Bob's Burgers I watch all the time. I mean, honestly, it's a comfort show for me. Something I watch all the time over and over, and I start right over at the beginning of the season is Entourage, bro. Like, I'll watch Entourage, and I'll watch it all the way to the movie, It's, I don't know, it's such a great show. But also on HBO, there's a really, it's an older show, but it's just great. It's called How to Make It in America. It's a show about some guys in New York, and they're like in the the fashion industry. They just want to make a brand. You know, they're just like trying to build their brand, make jeans, make T-shirts. It's really interesting. It's kind of like Entourage in the way where like the fashion industry, they come into the fashion industry. There's an actor called Luis. Man, he's in a lot of movies. He was in Carlitos Way. He's like the shorter guy.
Luis Guzman.
Luis Guzman.
Yeah.
He's the cousin. His whole storyline is hilarious. So it's a great show to watch. Recently though, I watched Gangs of London. I just started to watch that.
Oh yeah, I saw the first episode.
That's a good show.
Okay, the opening scene.
Yes.
So for all of you who are not aware, so Gangs of London is a show from, I think it's AMC, right?
I think it's on Prime.
Yeah.
It's on Prime. But when you watch the first episode, it just throws you off completely because it leaves you thinking like, how the hell did it get to this point? And the more you get into the show, the more you realize like it's nuts. The opening scene has this guy hanging upside down, and out of nowhere, you just see this guy being set on fire and just falls down, stories down on the building. It was awesome.
Yeah, and I thought at that point, man, narcos don't even do that. They'll kill you. They'll kill you before they hang you. You know what I mean? Or they'll light you on fire, but they'll do both.
No, but this this shows like this guy had to give you an example. Like you fucked with the wrong person,
Yeah.
you're done.
And I hope you watch it. And one of the things that like really endeared me right away was there's a scene where it's like a no one kid and another kid are going to go do a robbery, right? But the driver finds out quickly that they're going to hit the wrong person, and it was a time when he could jam, and he's like maybe 100 pounds soaking wet, and he could take off and just leave his friend, but no, he makes a decision and acts. And if you guys watch that scene, that's an amazing scene.
Perfect. So then, like, you know, so we talked about some good shows that we enjoy watching. So it's when we go back about like these binge-worthy shows, we always have like that one comfort, right? These are the ones that when you think about it, like when you're having either a bad day or when you're like, you know, like you were saying before, a show that you always want to go to. So these are what I would say like the guilty pleasures, right? Oh, actually, well, yeah, I forgot. Baish, we already talked about the shows that you liked, right?
Yeah.
So then,
I love my shows.
so
If you guys have never seen Workaholics,
oh my
it's
god,
like the dumbest shit, but the funniest shit if you've ever worked in an office or around anybody or other people,
stupid comedy.
because they are just like the dumbest shit ever. Like the guy Durs thinks he's like, you know who Durs reminds me of?
Oh,
Carlos.
oh my god,
Oh
my god,
Dude, he reminds me of Carlos,
That's pretty good.
right?
Remember when they want to win the pizza eating contest, so they want to burn their mouth?
Yes. Like we don't feel anything, so we could just shove shit down. It's like, I'm starting to get full. No, that's not how it works. Your mouth is burned. You could be able to just shove shit down in
just
there.
keep going.
Genius.
Yeah, but like Carlos reminds me of Durs, dude.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see
But
that.
like Blake and Adam, that shit's fucking hilarious.
It is.
But like for you guys, do you guys have any bad shows?
I don't know. Like I was thinking about like with the amount of shows that I've been binge worthy like watching, I kind of steered away from that. So I don't really have any bad shows because I always have like all the good ones.
What do you mean, like bad shows, but they're enjoyable?
No, just bad.
Just like horrible.
you
Like,
watch like
the
an
first-
episode and you're just like, ugh.
Ugh. Like what am I watching? Yeah.
So I know probably people are gonna hate me for this one, but Ozark.
What?
Are you fucking serious?
For real?
I'm dead serious, bro.
So
I
you
started
The
watching-
opening episode
Yes,
is like
I get it. Yes, it was great.
it pulls you.
It did.
Yeah.
Then after that, it just fucking.
It
died.
follows the story.
It died.
Oh my god.
So it wasn't like Breaking Bad where like you see the first episode, you're like, yo, I feel for this guy. You ended up like loving it.
Yeah, but Breaking Bad's a slow burn
It is
until
a
you
slow
get
burn.
to him start actually doing stuff, and then you bring in what's his name, the Hispanic dude.
Oh, the guy who does who owns like the chicken shop.
Yeah,
Damn, I forgot his damn name. What's his name?
Gustavo. Gus.
Gus.
Gus,
It was
yeah.
Gus. It was
And
Gus.
then the lawyer comes in.
Dude, he's either like Puerto Rican or he's like Dominican. His fucking name is Gustavo. It's not Gus.
It has to be Gus,
It's
bro.
like, come on now.
Well, whatever. So
It's like a white dude mean
There
like
you
my
go.
name's
All right,
Larry.
listen,
No, you're
guys,
Bill,
It took
bro.
me forever just to try to get all the way to season 1, and then after that, it was like, oh, we're building the casino now. I was like, okay, like, at what point does this like not become like, okay, this is not happening? Like, it's.
What do you
it
mean
just
not
dragged-
happening?
It just dragged it too long for me.
It did not drag, dude.
It did.
There's so
It
much
did,
shit
dude.
happened in between there.
No.
No, but I get that. Like, but you think that's a bad show?
For me.
No, I know. I get. That's what I'm saying. I'm asking.
I like how he's like looking at it for him.
No, I get
You're
it.
right, dog.
No, so I'm saying like you don't think it's a show that you just don't get. You just think it's a bad show. That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about 2.5 Men after.
I don't get that show. I don't understand how it's funny.
It's good
Yeah.
when you had Charlie Sheen because you have to make fun of his cocaine addiction, alcohol,
yeah.
and women, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
you have a lot to talk about that when you have a sitcom show, right?
Yeah.
You take that out of the equation
Well-
and you add Ashton Kutcher. It's like
Well, like The Office. Once you take Steve Carell out of there,
There you
what do you have left?
That's true.
Like you tried to bring Will Ferrell in it. He didn't like it because he didn't like the way that they didn't want to wait for Steve. Because there is a rumor that he wanted to do movies. They didn't want to wait for him, so that's why they, kicked him off. So
Right.
Will Ferrell was on there for a little bit, and he didn't like when he found out what actually happened, so he went off of it. So then
I didn't know that. And mind you, Steve Carell fucking was amazing in the
Yeah,
show.
he was The Office.
He made The Office.
He made The Office funny.
He
Like Dwight was there
definitely
too,
did.
but
He made the show from the English show not be that good.
True.
Like I already don't like Ricky Gervais, but the American Office I feel is a lot better than like the original one.
yeah.
And obviously that's where they got their comedy idea from. But still, I mean, if you really think about Steve Carell and all the stuff that he contributed to the show, and you remove him from the equation, like we were just talking about, it's like, what do you really have left? You know?
True. But my I don't know if you guys remember this movie, but not movie, but TV show,
Uh-huh.
Homeboys in Space.
Wait, time out.
It was on UPN, bro. That was on UPN.
Oh, even worse.
That movie was.
Oh,
This show
man.
was fucking horrible. It was some. Okay, look. It was two black dudes, obviously homeboys.
I think I remember something.
Yeah.
Like that.
So they had a hoopty. It was like the most racist shit that you could think of. To just like every stereotype, like it wasn't grape juice. It was purple something, but it was grape juice. Then they were, instead of eating watermelon, it was the red fruit, but it was watermelon, dude. Like fried chicken. There was fried chicken like KFC buckets like all over their thing.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds racist as
But
fuck.
the UPN had a couple shows like that going around.
Yeah,
at the
but
time.
UPN had just black shows
Yeah.
for the most part.
They were just trying to hit the wall, bro.
Yeah.
There was a couple things like that.
So the comedians were Flex and Daryl Bell. Like that's who they were saying they were running the show. I didn't.
Yeah, I
What?
don't know who the fuck that is, but that show was dog shit.
Ugh, I never.
Wrapped in hamster shit. That was bad.
That just sounds cringy. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Knight Rider. Not first Knight Rider.
Not the original.
Not the original. Don't get crazy right
Hey,
now.
did you see everybody's face?
Hold
About
on.
to cut you up right now.
Earlier you were saying where's Beige and Chunk? The Chunk was in his pants right now. You said that.
Oh, man.
You saw how quickly I
Yeah.
just like.
Nah, because I even said it, and as soon as I said it, I was like, I need to, but
I was about to get up.
not the first Knight Rider. The one they tried to reboot and bring into the show was just horrible.
Okay,
Yeah, they
that
did
one.
it
Yeah.
to Miami Vice too.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, the same thing. Miami Vice.
But now you brought up Knight Rider. You can't bring up Knight Rider without going over that. I mean, let's go.
I mean, Knight Rider, the actual original, okay, Rick and Morty has ruined me for a bunch of shit.
Uh-huh.
But when like Rick says, Knight Rider, like you didn't ride, Michael Knight, like it, like he's making fun of like how people take everything literally.
True.
So Knight Rider, like you didn't ride Michael Knight. So that's what I think about every time that I think about
That's
fucking
so
Knight
wrong.
Rider, dude. It's just like that show was awesome though. That show was before its time,
Mhm.
and the network didn't know how to deal with how big that show got.
That's true.
yeah, that show was enormous.
They canceled it not because it wasn't doing numbers. It was doing crazy numbers. They canceled it because they didn't know where to take it.
Oh, because of the story, like as they did the transition of like seasons.
No, they didn't know what like to put it into a movie. They didn't know
Yeah.
how to merchandise it.
Even the way it started day one, episode one,
yeah.
it was weird because Michael Knight changed personalities. If you remember, he was something else, and he became the Knight Rider.
Yeah.
and basically was erased as far as like a history or whatever. And he was a lone agent and whatever. So it started off like a kooky kind of concept. And
Yeah, but
it
who
was just a
wanted
good-
Kit? Everybody wanted. You know the sales of that car, like went insane.
Mr. Feeney?
Mr. Feeney, that's awesome.
He
bro.
is Mr. Feeney, dude.
I've actually
Hey.
I played poker with Topanga.
Dude,
Yeah, she's
hot.
super cool. Yeah.
And then I don't know if y'all know this, but we know her cousin. He actually works at where we work at the financial institution, man. That's cool beans. But as you were saying,
Who's your cousin?
huh?
Who's your cousin?
And Tim. But you were saying the value of the car?
Yeah, the value of that car just went skyrocketed, dude. Like
you're talking about like the original one, right? Or like because I know
no, as soon as that came out and it got big,
yeah,
like dealerships couldn't keep the car in stock,
oh shit,
like at all.
Black fiber. That's how you.
Dude, that's what it was. It was gone.
that I didn't know.
It's like Dukes of Hazzard when that was really huge.
oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard. That was nuts.
Yeah, but they couldn't. Everybody was buying the car. That's how you know.
Herbie.
Herbie the Love Bug. The car.
Oh, here's some like Apes watches Psych, right?
All right, Psych. Yeah.
So people were buying that ugly ass blue like little what was it that mini whatever it's called, those itty bitty cars.
Oh yeah, the minis.
Yeah, so there's like a blue mini in the show that they always drove around in, or a green mini or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
So when that show was huge, people were buying that little piece of shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, that's kind of sad. You know, and I've seen those cars a couple
Product
of times.
placement, bro. It's perfect.
Oh, there you go. It's product placement. Yeah. And the only thing that trips me out about the little minis is that I saw after I think a couple of years that they had those minis out, the fucking crazy ass car accidents that were involved.
Oh yeah, because the car's only like 8 pounds.
That's
it's like a Nerf. It's like a Nerf car. A good enough wind, it's gone.
It's
dude.
gone. And then when they would, so I saw this one in the news where it was a couple and they could lost control of the car and they went through like those pickup trucks. No, not pickup truck, like the not the U-Hauls. They're like they carry the merchandise from like I don't know how to explain it. Like those big ass long trucks. They're like the 13-wheelers or whatever. Dude,
Big
what?
rig. Big rig.
The big rig, yeah.
18-wheeler.
18-wheeler. Dude, they literally cut off the car in half.
Wow.
So when you see it in the news, obviously they blocked it out, but they were literally cut in half because they went right through the fucking truck. Like
And
that was nuts.
The thing also about like Mini is where Mini was built to drive, bro. Other cars are usually the same size, and so in Europe, you're gonna get hit by another car in the same size, and you're not gonna be too bad. But you come and you got and speaking of the senses, remember the Rango or whatever they had?
Oh,
the Rango.
yeah.
What's tougher than a Rango? Rango. Whoa.
Canyonero.
Canyonero.
Oh, whoa.
That shit stuck in your head though. After you hear it, Canyonero.
Had all the options, bro.
Yeah, it had a lipstick thing up in there.
Oh my god!
That little fanny mirror that popped out. It was nice.
So Canyonero's gonna fuck you up if you hit a Mini.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So-
and then the commercial.
Dude, Chunk had a mini.
No.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Chunk's like 340. and like
Soaking wet.
like 6'3".
Wow.
So like
In a fucking mini.
he had
bro.
dude, it was the funniest part.
It was when he got out.
No.
When he got in.
No, so we went to some dudes. So his sister was having problems with somebody, right?
Yeah.
So we were going somewhere, and some dude was out front of the store we were at, and he was talking shit about the car.
Okay.
So I get out of the car. Mind you, I'm like 6'3" and like 250. Then Chunk's big ass gets out. He's just staring at us like, how the fuck did they fit in there? Like he's trying to figure it's like a clown car. Like two big fucking people are getting out of one little EB car. He walked the other way.
Wow. He sticks one hand out each side. He was wearing that car. He's not
Serious shit, dude. Like I would sit in the car like this, just, and my arms would be outside the car. It was great.
Wow.
And you guys, since we're speaking about those crazy ass commercials, I don't know if you guys remember the fucking stupid insurance one. And then they would show up this fine ass girl in a racy ass car. She's all hot, wind blowing her hair, and this guy's trying to hitchhike a ride. And the girl's like,
Oh, what was that?
need a ride?
Survival.
Oh, there you go. That was good. I love Survival. Those are bad commercials.
They're horrible. So then what happens is that he sticks out his thumb, and he goes, need a ride? Are you insured? Yes.
By Survival?
No,
I can't
take that ride.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that. That was so bad. But speaking of commercials, remember the Geico, the cavemen?
Yes.
They made a show out of that.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
God.
The Neanderthals.
They made a show out of it.
That's awesome.
Please.
That was their job working for Geico. So they made a show out of it. Bombed. It only went like 2 episodes.
You know what Geico stands for?
What?
Government Employee Insurance Company.
There
And
you
the
go.
government is Australia or New Zealand, but either one of those.
There you
That's
go.
what we're buying. That's what we're buying.
It's
We're buying
Geico.
insurance. Yeah. Why is the gecko? Why does he have an accent?
It's true. It is true.
It's not a gecko, it's a gecko.
Yeah, this.
Do you guys remember watching the show Dinosaurs?
Yes. Not the mama. Yeah.
So it was funny because you know, when you watch these episodes now as an adult,
They're stupid.
they're stupid, but there's so many things that you're like, what the hell, you got away with all this crap?
Yeah, like the little innuendos and stuff. Yeah.
So I was watching this episode where the son comes home with a plant.
Okay.
You know, he goes, "Oh my God, I'm so happy! I love this plant." And the dad goes, "How the hell are you gonna be happy because of a plant?" He goes, "No, Dad, look at it. Like, it's so nice, it's pretty." He's like, "So you're telling me if I eat this plant, I'm gonna be happy?" He's like, "Yes, you're gonna love this." And it was obviously weed.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, and the next scene, the dad's
They're all
like
fucked
dancing.
up, yeah.
The dad's dancing with the weed, like all happy. I'm like, this was okay back then.
Dude, there's a bunch of like cartoons that are like have crazy innuendo on it. Like I watched like the Fairly Godparents.
Oh, there you
like
go.
when he's like, "Oh, were you and Mom back happy back in the day?" He's like, "Yeah, before you were born." This is a kids show. Like him saying that on a kids show is like,
Okay. For the record, Nickelodeon, that company got away with so much fucking
that's
shit.
true.
We're talking about Ren and Stimpy,
Yes.
Rocco's Modern Life. Do y'all know what he did for a living? This motherfucker was on the sexy phone. He's like, and you look at him in his office, you look at all these things. He's saying the right words to get you turned on. And it's like, how the hell they get away with this shit? And then there was like shows like All That. There was like, they made fun
"All
of
that wasn't that bad."
No, but there's one-liners who they would say, they would advertise, "Hey, I can't believe I'm wasting my time making this commercial. I could have been killing myself, but hey, here's Rugrats," and they would like cut off to the next scene.
Oh, okay, I got
so they would talk about like suicide. They talk about racial discrimination. They talk about sexual innuendos, and you talk about all these crazy shows, even from like Rugrats, Hey Arnold. You have all these shows that they like would insinuate things, but unless you weren't paying attention or it goes over your head, you're like, well, shit.
The one show that I can't believe Fox got away with it. And again, we're talking what, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, 80s, 90s, bro. They got away with a lot.
Married with Children.
Dude,
There you
That
go.
was no, ma'am.
no, you know that show was only supposed to last like a couple of episodes. It was only supposed to last a couple of
wasn't supposed
episodes.
to go that far.
No, it wasn't supposed to go that far.
But
And
I
it
mean,
kept going, it kept picking up steam, and they actually took the show off because if you notice, if you listen to the theme song changes. The first theme song is like dun, 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 like that.
Yeah.
The second one's more sped up and like more the one you know.
Love
So
and Marriage.
once they put it back on air again, that's when like Ed O'Neill was given like, go ahead.
just do it.
Just do it.
Him and Marcy hate each other.
Yes.
Like in real life.
In real life, they don't
fucking
like
hate
they don't-
each
they
other,
hate-
dude.
Yeah.
Marcy is the
Marcy
The
Darcy.
neighbor. The neighbor.
The chicken.
Oh.
She's like, "You're a horrible human being. You're a chicken." She's like, "You're a gross person. You're a chicken."
Hey, Marcy, can you stop giving me your back? Oh, wait, that's your front.
Oh yeah. Always talking about her being flat chested, like
was that how their dynamic was on the show, right? Because you would see he would talk trash on her the entire time.
no.
huh?
Well, the problem with that is if you watch the early episodes, he talks to her, but not that bad.
Yeah.
But then once the writers found out, one of the writers was like Ed O'Neill's, I think his cousin or like married to his sister or something like that.
So they're related. Okay.
Yeah. So what happened was he saw the friction between them in real life,
And he just went
told,
on it.
Yeah, he told Al,
Go
"Do
for
what
it.
you want.
Do it.
Like say what you want."
So every single time they do an episode and they record,
Yeah, it was written in there for him to be an asshole to her.
You know what was a great transition was when they went from Steve to Jefferson. Like honestly, Jefferson was funny in his own rights, and I was okay with that. Like it didn't lose anything from the show, and I think that Jefferson being like the handsome guy who was stupid, and, yeah, like it was great. Like it would often work towards Al and stuff. It was really a great show.
but there you go. I mean, he was talking about like, that's where the jokes came from. Like, "Woman, where's my sandwich?" when he came in the office, right? And every like the jokes that
No
he talked
ma'am,
about is
the whole No Ma'am, the national organization against Amazonian demasculation. I don't know, but it was like
against masculinity. Something.
yeah.
Yo, that was nuts.
Yeah.
And if you think about right now,
Well,
that show would not last.
Oh,
not
no.
even the air.
No.
Episode
Well,
one,
think about this jingle, where you know they're fake, or when you know. What is that? What he would say about the nudie bar? He says, where you know they're fake, but boy do they shake." At
The nudie bar. Remember when he put a hole in the dollar?
Yes.
And put it in the girl's bra and pulled the dollar out as she went away? Dude, Al's dance of just
Bring it on.
right? Like he could that wouldn't last
It wouldn't at all.
at all.
People are so emotionally offended.
Who
It's
scored
like-
4 touchdowns in one game?
Dude, that was a Jeopardy question.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it was. I saw that shit and I was like, I know a Jeopardy question. Like, I should be on this show and they asked something about like the antiquated theorem and I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
My friend met Bud, and she tried to give him her number, and he just looked at it, and then he threw it on the ground and walked away.
Hey, you know that was like that Grandmaster B thing? Yeah. That was Al and the writers fucking with him.
What?
Because he tried to be a rapper in real life, and they found out about that shit, and they wrote it in
The script.
to fuck with
Remember,
him.
they would always call him a different name, like the Grandmaster Bader. or
Yeah. So that's they would fuck with them. That's why they kept doing it.
Fucking way, dude.
That shit was awesome because they took stuff that was happening to people, like Kelly. You know, she was a lot older than what she was like in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So towards like the middle of the seasons, she went through a divorce.
Oh shit.
So what they did is had her fuck around with a bunch of dudes, because the thing was she had cheated on her husband.
Oh.
So they wrote into their hurt. You know how she would take a guy home, next game another guy, next day another guy. They put that in the script because of that.
Damn.
Dude, those dudes were fucking savages.
That's
like
savage, bro.
That's
What the
crazy.
fuck?
the kind of pull that Ed O'Neill had
Yeah.
with Fox was insane.
I always used to love it when he would come home. He's like, well, this behemoth walked in today.
See, you couldn't do that shit. Like Al Bundy's insults were amazing insults. Just like
He once told a big lady, he said, like an elevator, those shoes have a 1,000-pound limit.
dude, when he sat there and I forgot what he said. She's like, you can't say that behind my back. He's like, I would try to, but I only have a half a tank of gas. Like, I was just like, holy shit. I was a little kid hearing that. I was just like, this is amazing. This guy is being a savage to people. Like,
And
if
you, you think about these jokes, right? You always think about your mama jokes. Your mama's so fat, or your mama's so ugly.
dude,
Oh,
if
my
you
God.
go on YouTube and look up Al Bundy's greatest insults,
I saw that.
It's like 10 minutes of Al Bundy just savagery, just destroying people.
Crazy,
and it's
dude.
hilarious. It's like the best thing I've. Oh
and
my
the thing
god!
is that they don't even cuss or anything.
No, he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to
And that's
cuss.
what the great part about it.
Yeah, he
is
doesn't
that
have to
you
cuss.
don't
He
have
just-
to cuss,
he
and it
hurts
still
you.
comes out, and then you're like, oh snap! Like, oh.
Oh, another one when this lady, this big ass lady, she's wearing like a red muumuu, right? And the little girl was sitting next to her, and she's like, "Oh, I want a red balloon too." He's like, "You already got one."
Hey, Al Bundy also did the first staycation. Remember when he took his vacation on his couch?
Oh,
He
yeah.
put like the cones
Yeah.
around. And his
They
hand
couldn't
in-
go inside. like
On vacation.
Like I think someone tried to Bud tried to step in there and he threw something at Bud's head and knocked him out. Or we're all on we're children now, but when Al cooks Marcy's aunt's ashes in his burgers,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
and then eats them. And sitting there, him and Steve are sitting there smiling because they both know they're eating the dead remains of her.
Yeah.
And they're just smiling, just eating them.
Fuck.
And that was the episode where Al actually wanted to have sex with Peggy.
Yes,
Like he was
yes,
on
yes,
vacation.
yes, yes.
He was like
Yeah.
super horny.
He's not
So-
like, come here. He's like, no, not again.
Not
Al.
again. And then, so like she's sitting there and she never cleans, right? So he's making her clean the bird duty off the thing. So she's shaking her whole body back and forth. And Al's just sitting there like,
Doesn't he throw a wig on her, a blonde? He's like, wear this.
he puts it on her head and picks her up. She's like, no, I'll clean.
Wow.
That's awesome, bro. What's her name in real life? Peggy.
Oh, Peggy Segal. Or Siegel.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in 8 Simple Rules.
Yeah, well, she
Dude, she
you know,
was in,
Sons of Anarchy, dude.
Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, her husband's
she was
the director.
great. Yeah,
And then she's also in Futurama.
she is.
Dude, I love that woman. She's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. She was great in Futurama because she's hilarious there. And then
She
she was
was
a
Katie,
fucking
Katie Seagal.
Casey, there you
Katie
go.
Seagal, and she was a badass in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, she
Like,
was.
Dude, she ran the show. I love like
Well, until she got killed. Spoiler.
so,
The show's like 9 years old, so if you haven't seen that show, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's another binge-worthy show for sure. Like, hey, it's pretty good, man. Come on.
nah. Once
You don't like
once
it?
Opie dies, dude, it's the show's like because
Oh, yeah.
they were told that the show wasn't going to go past 4 seasons.
But then
They were told like point blank, that's it. And then the huge success they had with season 3,
yeah,
they gave them 2 more seasons. Well, season 4 has already been written and halfway already done already.
Yeah.
So you had to kill Opie. You had to keep going with what you were doing. So by then, it was just everything after that was just like, hey, how can we top
Opie
this
hurt
episode.
though, man. Honestly, I don't think I've been invested
That
into
hurt,
a
dude.
character where
That
like,
did hurt.
yeah.
When Opie
Yeah.
died.
Like,
Oh, when
wow,
Opie
I was
died.
like he was so good.
When Opie died. When Hodor died.
Yes.
Well, and you knew it was coming when they shot his lady in that truck. So
Yeah.
you're
Oh
like,
well,
dude,
yeah, but you
We
didn't think
saw
it was
it
gonna come
coming.
like that. Like, I
That
thought they were
cold.
gonna work it out and be like cool with it, but you know, Hodor like gave me a little tear though.
Yeah.
On that level, there's a show that's called Ride with the Devil or something like that, but it's more of a reality biker show. You should check it out. And I can't figure out how fake it is yet, but it's like Sons of Anarchy, but supposed to be real gangs.
Did y'all know that because of how Sons of Anarchy went, that they did another show called Mayans?
Yeah, Mayans is pretty good. Mayans is pretty good.
So between Sons of Anarchy and Mayans, you prefer Mayans? Or
Not
you
yet.
say
Not yet. Mayans is on. It's going into season 3,
okay?
so you got to see how it develops with their stories.
Oh, okay,
But Mayans is good. You can tell it's a rip off of Sons of Anarchy.
definitely. Come on,
You can tell it's a rip. But you know, you have some shows
It's a
that.
spinoff, no?
Well, it's supposed to be.
some characters.
They jump back and forth too much because you don't know if Jax is dead already or if he's still alive.
Oh, God.
So they jump back and forth with some of the sequences and the things, so you don't know what's going on.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I mean, it's good. I'd watch. Like if someone hasn't watched it, I would tell them, yeah, watch it. But if you're looking for a Sons of Anarchy kind of carbon copy, that's pretty much what you're gonna get, just with
With that,
Latinos.
that's right.
Sabato.
That's how we right.
Hey, have you guys heard of a guy named Al Madrigal?
Madrigal.
Madrigal.
Sounds familiar. Word
Dude,
from
he's a
word.
comedian. Dude, he's fucking hilarious.
What was his last name again?
Madrigal?
Madrigal?
Madrigal or Madrigal, something like that.
Yeah, still don't know who it is.
Hold on, let me get a dig. Like, I thought you were like, oh, he knows who it is. They're like, he doesn't know who the fuck he is. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Have you tried to speak like Spanish last name? Madrigal. It's
Madrigal. I don't know if his last name. Oh, there he goes.
Madrigal. There you go.
Yeah, this dude's fucking funny, dude.
So, all right. So, Beige, you brought up some bad shows that
I wasn't finished.
Well, okay, bring up the comedian and finish that with the
No,
comedian.
Marvel Inhumans. That show was dog shit. Which one? Inhumans.
Inhumans.
See, you don't even know what the fuck it is.
See, that tells you.
You're
bro.
just starting to make things up now.
Nah, bro, look it
No,
up.
it's a show.
It's a show. It was Marvel's. See,
This has nothing to do with the fact that you hate all Marvel shit, right?
I don't hate all Marvel shit. I like Spider-Man. I
But
did
which one,
not
the-
like
the
Tobey
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
No, I did not like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I did not like
What are
him.
you
The
talking
Amazing
about?
Spider-Man?
This show looked like it was amazing. It was
It's-
2017, only 8 episodes.
But you got to remember, they didn't get 8 episodes. They only got 2 on TV. You had to put the 6 on something else.
Prime. You can watch
Yeah,
it on
Prime. But yeah, no, I don't hate Marvel. I just don't like. I like DC more than Marvel. I'm a DC head, not a Marvel head. I'll
so
watch
you
the
gave
movies.
DC head, is what you said?
Yeah, if I could, I would.
Dang. I paid to watch that.
Right? Line them up. Line them up.
DC means deep cock.
Line them up.
So okay, so
Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, whatever. Shazam, fucking Black Adam. Yes, that's the Rock.
Shazam!
That's right. His dick gets bigger as he says it.
He's like Pinocchio in reverse.
That's right. Shazam. Oh, there you go.
So did you watch the actual whole series, or you only watched like the first episode, or
Or what?
Inhumans?
It made my dick hurt after like one episode.
So you saw
Like,
the
it
first
made my balls itch. Like literally. Like when
It
you're
was-
watching something, it's just like, oh, this is so bad. Like,
That's the only guy I know.
from what the show?
Yeah.
No, you know the head guy, the dude who's like their leader.
Was
You
it
probably seen him in a bunch of shit.
was his name Black Bolt or something?
Yeah,
Because he was the king of the Inhumans, right?
yeah. He's in a bunch of
Anton Mont?
he's in a bunch of other shit like B movie stuff and other stuff
Lindsay
like that.
Lohan is in the show.
Yeah,
What?
you know it's a
Wow.
bad show when she's in it.
You know you're.
Oh, good God! So
How about what kind of crime shows do you guys like?
Crime shows?
real crime and stuff like that.
I like
Locked up.
Primer Impacto.
Primer Impacto. There you go.
You know, back in the day, they shot somebody in real time in Primer Impacto.
No,
They were doing an interview about this lady who had committed suicide, and she's visiting her daughter's grave.
Okay.
And while they're filming her, the ex-husband pulls out a strap and shoots her in the head, bro. Right there, bang. And they play it because it's Spanish TV. They play everything.
Casos de la vida real.
Yeah, like Spanish shows don't hold nothing back. They showed.
Ooh, El Dragon.
El Dragón.
Dragon.
You ain't never seen that?
What's that?
Bro,
It sounds familiar.
it's so bad, but it's so good. I watched the whole
It
thing.
sounds like they make good wontongs.
It's like 80. It's like 80 episodes, bro. For like 2 seasons, like 80 episodes. It's great. It's a novela. I watched that.
Novela.
I watched the whole damn thing. It was great.
Well, I will say this.
The girls
like,
in there are hot, dude.
when you talk about
anytime you watch a telenovela, dude, you know the girls
I
are
know, but
always
I'm just
hot.
saying, like they weren't like busting out. Like they were like sensible cute.
you gotta watch
Ruby,
no,
Amor Real.
Sin Ser No Hay Paraíso.
Like I'm gonna fucking remember that. Look at me.
If you knew what it meant, you would have
Yeah, you know.
Sin Ser No Hay Paraíso. Without tits, there's no paradise.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
it's
I don't
basically-
I don't think my wife's gonna let me watch that. I don't.
Hey, so Beige, why are you in the bathroom so long?
It's basically about Colombian girls that want to come over to the United States. So the way to get here is that they transport all the coke in their
Their
breasts.
bosoms?
Yeah. So it's like you want to get pretty, you want to get nice lifted boobs. Well, we'll do it for free, but you have to transport all the fucking cocaine. But dude, all the women are.
I know. I can't watch that though, because I'll get the question like, "Do they look better than me?" I don't know.
No.
Gentlemen,
Especially with them
the
Latinos.
answer, you never
yeah.
answer that question. You always say
Never.
no.
Yeah, but it's your sister, so how do you think that's gonna go?
She'll kick your ass.
Exactly. So if I say I don't want to answer it, that's like saying yes.
And you're going to be the
You
victim.
just
Like,
gotta say I'm doing this for research, babe.
And then she's gonna be like, "What? What research? Oh,
the
about the
podcast.
podcast.
It's for
Oh,
the podcast.
let me sit in on it."
so, guys, fuck
Yeah.
that, right?
That's on a
Fuck
side
fake titties.
episode.
No bueno. No me gusta.
That's on
No.
the DVD version.
I am all about sensible, good, wholesome values. Wearing sweaters and ski pants and shit.
She just left the room. It's okay.
Don't show ankles. Don't show your ankles.
Cover your face. Cover your
No,
tits.
you can cover. Don't cover your face. I want to see what I'm working with.
What if their ankles are behind their ears?
Oh, that's fine. That's a good part. Have you guys ever seen Heart of Dixie?
Oh, dude, I hate to say it, bro, but that's a fucking guilty pleasure.
That movie is.
it is
that show's
defi-
awesome.
It is a chick flick series.
Oh, it is.
100%.
It's so awesome though.
It has to do with
Katie Holmes in it, or
No,
Nah.
it's the girl from the OC. What's her name? Heart of Dixie.
Audrina.
is Heart of Dixie.
Yeah, Heart of Dixie.
And it's basic. It's basically this girl comes from the city. She comes back to her small town. She wants to become a doctor, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So she comes back to her small town. She wants to become a doctor, and then everybody knows everybody. So as soon as she comes back into the scene, everybody wants to know everything about her. Who she was with, what school did she go to, why are you back in town? And it gets to a point where as the story develops, obviously there's like chick flick drama. I love her, but she loves him, and then it goes into this whole crazy drama. But I hate to admit it, it is definitely a guilty pleasure. I watched that
the
shit.
show's
and
awesome.
It's well written, and it has like just enough like comedy, just enough like puns, just enough drama to the point where it's not like too dramatic. It's like modern day drama. And you're like, you want to get the cheese man, you want to get the tea. You're like, oh, what the fuck? They got married? No, they didn't. Yes, they did. And everybody knows
And
about
she's hot too.
Oh yeah.
Rachel Bilson is hot.
So
She's hot, dude.
yeah, Heart of Dixie is definitely a guilty pleasure.
That shit's awesome, dude.
I can't complain about that. I know the other time we were talking about the podcast about Made in Manhattan, right? You were talking about a chick flick. Now here we are bringing up a freaking TV show about a chick flick like series. It's definitely good. Yeah.
You guys remember watching New Girl?
Oh,
Yeah.
New Girl.
That
Yeah.
was another show that I was like, it's kind of like.
Did you only
in
watch it
between.
because the girl in there was hot?
Oh, there was a girl in there.
Oh,
Mhm.
no.
No, I thought it was kind of
I watch
funny.
porn for the plot.
Wait. Say that again.
I watch porn for the plot. I don't really care about the
I just want to know what happens to the pizza guy.
No, I always thought that Jake Johnson, who's Nick,
Yeah.
I thought he was funny.
In
He is
the
funny.
show.
Him and Max Greenfield, who's plays Schmidt.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Schmidt.
Yeah, I
The
think
Schmidt.
those guys were pretty funny.
I like him in Let's Be Cops.
Yeah.
That's funny, right?
Dude, that shit's funny.
It's funny because whenever I see Zoe Deschanel, I know she's gonna sing. She
Yeah.
sings and everything.
Yeah.
It's funny. She's a good singer, but it's just funny because she sings. One of my favorite movies is Yes Man. And she's on there.
with Jim
And-
Carrey.
And she does, and the name of her band is Proxy by Munchausen, right?
Yeah.
Which is is the basically kids murder their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. But their whole thing, I'm not your late night booty call. She's like, you could call me at 11:13, but not at 12.
What other shows?
So guilty pleasures, like these are the ones that you can like watch at night. For me, definitely has to be Friends. I can watch Friends over and
I hate
over.
Friends.
What?
I don't think it's funny.
What?
I don't think it's funny.
Do you think fucking what's the other show? Seinfeld? Do you prefer watching Seinfeld?
I do.
God, that explains it.
I'd
like
rather
Seinfeld than
watch
Friends.
Seinfeld.
But I would rather watch Seinfeld, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so you're either Seinfeld or you're Friends.
Yeah, that is
There's
true.
no in between.
There's no in between.
Yeah,
Either
see,
like, yeah.
I don't like Seinfeld at all. I can't understand their comedy, their routines.
Dude, Ass Man, best episode. Ass Man, dude. He gets plates that aren't his. It's like a proctologist, and the whole running joke, the whole thing is like somebody gets like a what was it, like the macaroni figurine
Yeah,
up his ass, and people see him and they're like, Ass Man, come and help us. He's like,
Another part of that episode that's funny is that he does the short stop. And when he does it on homie's mom,
yeah,
the dad's all
So-
like, that's my move.
that's my move. I remember that
Stop
back
short.
in 1960. You stop short and
and
put your hand on someone's titty.
then there was another scene where you get no soup, and then that
Oh, the soup Nazi, bro. No
like,
soup for you.
no soup for you.
That shit was fucking hilarious.
So, I will say this. I got to give Seinfeld a chance. I was like, fine, let's see a couple episodes. I did. I wasn't a fan of it. Mind you, I like Jerry Seinfeld's stand-up comedy because it's great. I love his stand-up comedy. But when I was watching the show, I was like,
Not
what
really
the
a
fuck?
fan of his stand-up, though.
But here's the thing. When you watch the series, it's one of the most popular shows. People love it. That's how he got his fucking money in comedy, was because of the show. And then people love him for his show in general. Like, they talk about Seinfeld, the show, the characters, all of that stuff. And it's weird that that show went so great, and I tried my best to understand it, but I'm a big Friends fan, like Friends fan over Seinfeld. There's very rare people that I met that would like them both. They'd say I like them both.
I've never met anybody like them both.
I met a couple.
How do you feel about Everybody Loves Raymond?
I love that show.
Okay, that show was
fucking
fucking
love that
hilarious. I love Everybody
I
Loves
was watching it earlier.
Yeah,
before I came out here.
I think that the brother is just like essential to the show. It's
He
just so
is.
funny, He reminds me a lot of my brother. It's like,
Are you guys talking about me?
you're not gonna feed me like you fed Raymond.
And he's Raymond's the favorite. Oh yeah, it's a good show because they have great stories, and then they do bring up like real life events. Like Baish brought up, like, no, I can't talk about this in front of my wife. They talk about shit like that on the show.
True.
And it's relatable. So it's really a great show that talks about real life events. They talk about day-to-day functions, relationships, life, ups, downs, fights, children, like the whole spiel. And it's just great because if you think about it, you see this person in real life, you're like, yo, that's relatable because I know my family's friends are like that, or my family was like that, whatever.
Did you know that Patricia Heaton, which was Deborah, fucking hated Raymond?
No,
She
I didn't
like
know
him.
that. I didn't know
She
that.
didn't like him.
She hated him. She couldn't stand him. Like, the only reason they were like in the scenes is just like, okay, the scene and we're done. Like, she could not be around him. She just didn't like him.
See, I didn't know that. That's nuts. And when you see the show, like, you can't tell.
Yeah, you can.
Really?
Yeah.
A funny thing about the show is how the kids are not a factor at all. Like they come in and out, but
Well,
never-
because of that show, that's when they changed the child like labor laws in the thing, because the way that the writers used to get around shit is you got paid for being in every episode. So if you're in every episode, that's how you got your contract.
Right.
The kids wouldn't be shown in one episode, or they'd be like highlighted a little bit, but
Yeah.
you could barely see them in the background, and that would be it. So that's how they got to like only pay them like $10,000 for a whole season.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
It's
so they
crazy.
changed it after that.
It's crazy how you have to have a law for child actors, right? Like the Coogan law.
Yeah.
Because we work in financial institution and it's relevant. But at the end of the day, that's Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester, and then when he was in our gang, that law was made because of him, because at one point his parents squandered $1 million. There was dollars and he had nothing left when he became 18.
Well, that's Shia.
Yeah,
What
Shia.
happened to Shia?
There you go. Yeah, Shia LaBeouf. So about Herbert. So
Yeah.
what? So we talked about like guilty pleasures. So one of my favorite ones definitely has to be Friends. Has to be Batman animated series, Animaniacs, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Chappelle Show for sure. And then
Nah, fuck the Chappelle Show.
what? All right. Before we get to you, what do you have as a guilty pleasure show that you can always like rewatch and over again?
So it is Bob's Burgers, but also like I like documentaries. Honestly, that's my guilty pleasure. Like I could sit down and watch
Like
them.
any type of documentary. It
Well,
could be
no, I have a list actually.
Eli's
So-
birth.
Eli's birth. Maybe more like complex realizations of life, but right.
Okay.
But no, like I honestly like just learning stupid random stuff. You know
Like
what I
random
mean?
facts.
Yeah, exactly. So I watch documentaries a lot. Lately, I've been watching a lot of like Olmec and Anunnaki documentaries.
Anunnaki, yeah.
Just because there's just so much history that wasn't taught to us for no reason. Like honestly, there's a lot of stuff we should just know, whether you believe in what's going on or not. Like you should just know that there's an origin to things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm from El Salvador, so.
You're Salvi?
I'm Salvadorian. So,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, bro. So
Yeah, bro, you couldn't tell, could you?
our president is from Pakistan. You know,
Yeah.
and we have a large community there, and we're like connected to the Middle East in that aspect. And you just have to know a little bit about yourself, and then and get educated. So, for example, lately I've been watching a lot about Anunnaki, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I got to the point where like I literally read the whole the travel of Gilgamesh. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the kind of stuff that kind of gets on me right now.
So you're more into like history. You're more into like life events. You're more into things that we don't necessarily know about. Right?
Exactly. One of the shows that I was going to talk about is The Curse of Oak Island. Who's watched that?
I have no idea what that is, honestly.
Okay. So check this out. So let me give you a quick synopsis. So back in I want to say the 1300s, a story came out of Nova Scotia.
Mm-hmm.
Nova Scotia is basically right around the east coast of Canada. And it was a simple story. It was on Reader's Digest about how many people had been looking for a treasure in Nova Scotia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Including RFD and some actors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every company that went out there went bankrupt. The what they were looking for with the original story is that somebody saw somebody on a little island, that's the Oak Island.
Okay.
There was some light going on, and this is like 1300s. And when they went to go investigate, they found a depression on the ground. So they started digging it out.
Mm-hmm.
After 10 feet, there's a floor made out of wood, out of like logs.
Okay.
They removed the floor, kept digging. Every fucking 10 feet, there's a floor. And they got to the point where they were 6 stories down.
Mm-hmm.
They found a block. The block says, you'll find something below. Hit a booby trap, and it flooded the whole thing. Since then, people have been searching for what's there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so it's just crazy. Like they
So what you're saying is based on this, show that you're watching.
Yeah.
There is a city underground, is what you're saying.
They don't know what it is. So the two guys in the show, it's on Discovery. The two guys on the show actually made money on wind energy, right? Like the main guys made like $200 million on wind energy, and so their dream since they were kids was to go see what was up with that place.
Okay.
And that presidents, that like companies have gone to try to find, and nobody's gotten there. So a lot of times you're like, man, at the end of the day, I think somebody sold you an island and they just put a little story on it, and but they just keep finding things enough for you to be interested. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they found like a little canal that kind of looks like the booby trap. There's coconut fibers there that shouldn't exist there. Actually, oak shouldn't even be there. And so they've been finding like Roman things, and they just finding things from that period.
It's pretty dope.
It's interesting, man.
So okay, so that's something that you're more into. Documentaries. You're talking about like things that you learn something new.
Exactly.
Right? So
yeah.
you like the podcast? Is it for like there's one that there is on Netflix about drugs and about the
Yes.
what is it in Brazil?
Yeah.
So do you watch that as well?
Oh man, I just saw one on this. There's a tree right in Colombia.
Okay.
And this tree has this flower, and I think they call it the flower of death. So what they make out of this flower, essentially, I could open up a little bit of the powder and blow it on Eddie.
Uh-huh.
Eddie, for the next maybe day and a half to 2 days, will cooperate with me and not know what he's doing. And people have said to in their apartments, where's all my stuff? And they're like, well, you took it out. And they're like, well, why would you let me do that? And you're like, because you were helping. You're the one that was taking stuff out. So they completely take over your body. Your body's not even drowsy. You're awake, and people get raped and they get robbed and all that. And so this is stuff that's been happening, and they've known since the United States has known since like the 60s actually about this. Yeah. So a lot of times you like for example, there's I don't know if you heard about that girl, the Asian girl in the hotel that went crazy on the elevator, and then they found her in the tub. Mm-hmm. And you're like, why would you do all that? Well, there's stuff out there that can make you put yourself in the tub and kill yourself.
Dude, I did not know that. That's nuts.
Yeah. So
Hey, guess what?
But For those of you who are foodies, I mean, these days, who isn't? We have just the person for you.
You know Eddie?
Of course I know Eddie.
Well, Eddie Hernandez is your guide, and you can follow him on Instagram. That's IG for the kids out there. But you can follow him at Eats with Eddie.
Have you heard of Yelp?
Of course.
Well, he's an elite Yelper. When you have a place you want reviewed or talked about, don't hesitate to send him a message on Yelp or Instagram with the details. He's better with food than most are with words. Ciao.
I'm a great producer.
I feel like I just opened up OnlyFans or something.
Yeah, you go. Look at that. Boom.
There you go.
If you guys want to reach me, it's 1-800.
At Eats with Eddie.
At Eats with Eddie. Balls.
I eat everything.
Oh.
That piano though gives it that classic.
Right?
I love it.
No, we were looking. I was looking for music.
Dining.
Like me and Eli were looking for music. He found some music. I was like, okay, we'll use that. And I was like, hold on. So I was looking for like it's like the background of like a jazz club.
Yes.
And I was just like, all right, cool. So we put it and like we started. It went pretty damn good.
It went well.
Yeah.
Is there even? It sounded like it was raining in the
It
background.
was raining in the
in the
background. You set the mood perfectly.
Just for Eddie, you know. That's how you
Right?
know.
Makes Eddie sound like a snack. Did you just fall off that vending machine?
Mini snack.
Boom.
So Eddie, what about you? Is there like something that you would say is like your go-to, like your the shows that you could always watch over and over again, your guilty pleasure?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, there's a show that they started. I forgot the channel. It's like channel like 26 or 27. Like, it's a weird channel, but Saved by the Bell.
Oh, they started over again?
They started playing it again.
Okay.
Well,
You're not doing it again, right?
You're talking about the old season,
The old
okay,
ones.
not the new one.
No, not the new ones. No.
Okay.
The old ones.
Old ones are good.
Yeah. Those were
That was good old American bullying and like jocks and like guys that are good looking get the girls all the time and the nerd gets nothing. That's the
punchline.
Yeah, that show was great. Even though like most of the shit, like have you seen the behind the scenes of that show?
Yes.
Dude.
Everybody just dated everybody.
Zach and AC were fucking girls like crazy, dude. Like girls
then,
on that
you know,
show.
They're just women lining up and they're just slaying.
Yeah, they were
remember,
slaying, bro.
You remember the episodes, right? Like there's certain episodes where Zach was kissing Jessica, and then he was
Kissing Lisa.
Lisa, yeah. So in real life, that's actually what was happening.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They were basically like, here, your turn.
He dated all.
Your turn.
Well,
Your turn.
He dated all
Zach
three.
dated
all three. And then I don't know if you remember the Christmas episode, where the homeless guy,
The mall.
where they're rapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the girl that he started dating in that,
Uh-huh.
he was already dating in real life.
Yeah.
They brought her on there to get paid because she was dating him.
Yeah.
That's how much pull he had.
Yeah.
Then Tori, remember when she came?
And then
Tori- oh,
the biker chick.
Jessica and Kelly were off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they wouldn't pay them. That's why.
No.
No, they wouldn't pay them.
I didn't know.
Tori
that.
was a twin, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the crazy part.
Yes.
She was a twin, right?
So does that
Zach
mean that?
smashed both.
You know who? You know the twin. She does the Auto Nation commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! The one that she got like everybody started saying how blew was, and it kind of blew up on like social media about like.
No.
That
That's somebody different.
Oh,
That
so-
girl's
okay.
that girl's cute.
Okay, because then they show her like in like fit outfit, and they're like,
Yeah.
damn.
No, she used to always wear the leather jacket.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, her.
So now were the twins on the show, or was it like
No, they would switch.
kind of like they did with Full House?
Yeah.
Dude.
So the sneaky shit about that
yeah.
is they hired them both,
Okay.
but said, "Oh, in the contract, we only need one of you, so one of you has to be fired." They said, "No, we both want to work, so we'll take our payment as one."
Yeah.
So that's
Oh.
how they got around paying them both,
Oh, yeah.
So then they just split it, like,
pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, I didn't know all that. I mean, speaking of like, cast slaying shit, I bet you guys already know this. Adam West, when he did Batman,
Adam West was fucking everything,
get
bro.
this. This motherfucker was there was in an interview, and also Adam West talked about it, and then Robin talked about it. I forgot his name, the actor who played Robin. But they would have orgies before and orgies after
Yeah.
the shows. After they recorded, it was just like all action.
He
bro.
never smashed
you-
Eartha Kitt though.
He never.
He never smashed
yeah,
Eartha
you
Kitt.
have to like do pre warm up.
Yeah, you gotta get ready for it.
Then you actually get to it, and then you got to do the cool down.
So there's this episode that where it looks like they're on like psychedelics where they're doing the crazy dance like
Yeah.
what everybody talks about. So Adam West talks about that particular time, he was already high as fuck. So they played with that episode and went well. But he said after that, that was the craziest after party that he had, because he had over 30 women just like slaying them left and right.
It's fucking Batman, bro.
Like,
You know who's the ultimate
and-
smasher around that time?
who?
Shatner.
Oh, dude.
Oh, there you go. Shatner was
bro.
always slaying girls
Oh,
left
well,
and right.
Slaying
Okay.
aliens.
Okay. Around that
She's not
time,
your horror for nothing.
around that time, the Ultimate Slayer
Which one?
was Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ric Flair. If you read his
yeah.
book, and people have like attested to it,
Yeah.
Ric Flair was smashing like 10 girls on airplane from like where he was to another city or another town. He had 10 women up there smashing. Like he says, he slept with over 10,000 women.
Yeah.
Bro,
He kept count?
Yeah, he kept count. Ric Flair's a dude. Ric Flair's been married, what, 6 times?
Dude, that's fucking
Alimony's
nuts.
a motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure that is, man. I didn't know he slayed
Dude,
that many
Rick-
women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, dude. Seriously, there's a show on I forgot where I saw it. I think it's on YouTube or something.
Didn't they do like an HBO special
Oh,
on
no,
him,
but
though?
some behind the ropes?
Yes.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
a bunch of them. They
Yes.
talk about different
Yes.
shit.
And they
Wait, was
did
it on
one
you-
on him?
Was it on YouTube or was
It's
it on
on
HBO?
YouTube.
Oh, it's on
It's
YouTube.
Yeah, and yeah, they go into detail. Dude, like he basically has like, I'm done with my wife and everything because
Yeah.
I'm already here doing all this other shit. You know.
Ric Flair was fucking dude. Like those shows,
Mhm.
since it is a TV show,
Yeah.
those shows are insane. Like the Chris Benoit one, fucking hurt, dude.
That killed
That
me,
one
dude.
hurt.
Like they basically WWE just like X'd them out. Like,
Well, they
he never-
had to because they did a tribute for Chris Benoit
Uh-huh.
on Monday night, right? Which was dumb because you didn't know what happened, and you did a
And
tribute
they
for
did-
him.
yeah.
And the next day, you find out he suffocated, strangled his wife to death,
and killed his
and then killed his autistic son with a bag. Tied the bag to his autistic son's head so he couldn't breathe, and tied it to the door.
Uh-huh.
So that, like he couldn't move. The
Yeah.
door was closed, and killed his son, and then,
then he took
killed
it on
himself with the
a noose.
No, it was it was made out of his wiring on his weight set.
Yes.
So when he let the weight go, it
And
like
it
broke
just
his
got
neck.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know
But
that.
no one knew that. All you knew was, they were all dead inside the house.
Yeah, they were like, oh, it was a
It was a murder.
Murder.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
on Tuesday, they found out everything in the morning that he killed himself. They said that Chris Benoit was, 43, 42, something like that? He had the mind of a 93-year-old.
Yeah.
Concussions and steroids.
yeah.
Oh my
93-year-old.
dude, what the fuck?
His head was so messed up,
And
bro.
what led to that is they brought up Eddie Guerrero again, which hurt even more watching this.
It's like you're just like you
You're
just twisted the
stabbing
neck.
in there. So they go over Eddie's death, right?
Right.
And Chris Benoit was the one who was there when Eddie died.
Right.
And they were like best friends. Like
That was okay. That was going to tell you that this is the story that they brought up about these guys being best of friends. They did wrestling together.
yeah, they did
traveled,
indie, they
they
traveled
travel
together.
together, and they would always be on each other's phone. They would
Yeah.
work out
Yeah.
together.
Huh.
Their wives knew each other. They were like the best of friends. And then when he found out that he was
Not found out that he was dying. He was there when Eddie died.
Died.
Like he was in the room when Eddie
He overdosed.
and he overdosed.
he was the one who like broke into the room and like smashed the door open,
yeah,
right?
and he was in there. Eddie took his last breath. He died, and then they said Chris like lost it. Like he started writing Eddie letters.
Fuck.
Like, but back and forth though.
Oh, so he would write.
So
to
he would
him,
write Eddie a letter,
and then he would
write-
respond.
He would respond to Eddie's letter, but there was no response.
That's,
Yo.
how,
'Cause Eddie's
that's
dead.
how fucked up he got.
Yeah, his dad said that he started seeing things that weren't there.
Talk about blood brothers, man.
But
like,
but he said between the ropes when he got to work,
yeah.
he was 100% focused.
But
If
outside,
you watch his matches from when it started,
yeah,
his matches were the
couldn't tell.
same.
You couldn't tell
You
anything.
couldn't tell anything was wrong with him. When he was in that building to do stuff,
Yeah.
he was perfectly fine.
see, and I didn't. I knew. I read the story on Facebook, and as I was reading it, it was sad because you can see as they're recording him, his facial like reaction just his whole body just drops down, and you can see that he's like,
super fucked up.
He's super fucked up. You could totally see it in his eyes. You can see it in his body language. It was sad.
Dude, Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero were like the biggest like stains on WWE. Like biggest stains. Because Chris Benoit had concussion after concussion after concussion. Dude, his move was the flying headbutt. 20 feet in the air, driving your forehead into someone's shoulder and neck. You gotta remember, they wrestled like 8 times a week because they had live shows too.
Yeah, they had, and then you have to remember too that they did a lot of Chris Benoit did a lot of Extreme too.
Yeah, he did a lot of ECW, so that was just like no rules.
That was like, hey, you hit me with the steel chair like on my head, like without even flinching.
Because after, I believe it was this is getting off subject, but after Mankind got fucking destroyed by The Rock with chair shots.
Yeah,
because chair shots usually what they would do is they put their hand up, so the top of your fingertips and that loud hit sound you hear is the palm. Your palm is hitting the chair. That's that loud hit sound.
Okay.
What happened with Mankind was he was handcuffed.
So that was just straight.
So The Rock
stall.
was teeing off on him, dude.
And he went off like it was.
And Mankind, Royal Rumble, and The Rock didn't he was told to do it. So The Rock did it, but he'd have to go that far with it. And Mankind
kept telling him like,
that's the scene.
Do it, just go.
That was the scene where they show him with his mask and he was just bleeding all over the.
No, his mask was gone.
Yeah,
he hit him so many times his mask came off.
Yeah,
Eesh.
yeah. So that was the year that they decided, right?
Yeah,
that they no longer
headshots.
Everything, if you're gonna use a chair, it has to be on your back only.
Back only, or hair or stomach, like getting hit.
Or if you go to Mexico, because there you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, what's his name? Died.
Rey Mysterio killed that guy.
Well, he didn't kill him, but the dude hit the rope going one way, came back too quickly.
El hijo del perro mayo.
And he, instead of dipping, because I don't know if you guys have ever hit those ropes, it's metal wire.
Yeah.
And with a little bit of padding. So if you don't hit those ropes right, it fucking hurts. Yeah. So he ducked too. I don't think he was supposed to go under, or was supposed to hit him some kind of way.
Because he did a twist.
Yeah, he was supposed to do like what Rey Mysterio does with 619.
Yeah,
but he missed it, and his neck hit it, and it instantly snapped his neck. He was dead instantly.
Yeah,
but
that sucks, man.
Didn't the first
they kept
Parker died too?
They kept hitting him after he was dead.
Because they didn't know. They just thought he was playing he was out, and then you find out that he was actually dead, and it was just like, fuck.
La Parca. He just passed away.
Well,
recently.
The first one, first La Parca, not the other dude they had.
LA Park.
Yeah, that dude,
fucking fat ass.
The first La Parca, the dude danced he
made the character. He was actually given the character because of LA Parca not wanting to do it anymore in AAA. So, but that's like what they call it, quote, the original Parca, right? So, but he was the one that started the gimmick with like the dancing and
that dude was dope.
The showmanship.
Yeah, yeah.
Because all those dudes got hired by WCW because they were smart. They're like, okay, these guys are making money over here in AAA and doing this other kind of stuff with the lucha. Mm-hmm. Let's bring them all over here.
Let's show them the green.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, oh, dude, Ted Turner opened up his wallet to bring like Rey Mysterio, Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit.
They're paying chump change for them over there.
Ray, I think Ray said his best year, because he started when he was, 15 or 14? Mm-hmm. He said his best year for the 5 years he was there, his best year he made $7,000.
Remember in Ocean's 11 when they're having the whole clash down in Mexico about making the dice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's like, well, what do they want? He's like, 14 grand. He's like, per worker? No. Total.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
the revolution's over.
Like Ray made $7,000, right?
Right.
Doing that. In Ray's first contract in WCW, he made $420,000.
Shit.
1 year.
And that's because it's Ray.
Yeah, that's because it's Ray.
Because it's his name. But you think about all the other people that are in the wrestling community.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of great talent out there, but because they don't have that name, they don't have that, promoters, they're getting chump change because they're like, I can work and
they wrestle in like bingo halls and like other shit because they can't get that like push,
like the big rooms or like the Honda Center or something place where they can make a big event.
Well, no, because there's only so even if you don't like WWE, WWE is the main show.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Because I remember when I was younger, I did like SmackDown. I was there when I was watching like The Rock and then Stone Cold Steve Austin and then Rikishi and all that shit. I was in where
Rikishi's an asshole. I met that dude. He is a douche.
Hey, if somebody puts his ass in your face, I mean, isn't he a fucking computer?
No, he's a douche. But when I found out, it hurt my soul. Yokozuna wasn't Asian. When I found that out, I was like, what the fuck?
What?
He's Samoan, bro.
What is he?
Oh, he's Samoan.
Yeah.
He's I think he's related to Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he's his cousin. He's Umaga and Rosie and Rikishi's brother.
See, I didn't know.
Dude, that family, like lineage is fucking insane.
Crazy, man.
The Head Shrinkers, Haku, Haichi Peter Maivia, The Rock, the Usos, Yokozuna, Tamiya. Like, dude, there's so many people.
They are just connected in the family.
Like, The Rock's daughter is going to start wrestling. She's fourth generation. She's the first person ever.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. The first fourth generation ever.
Damn.
She looks, she's ugly, though.
See, I didn't know.
Have you seen her? Have you seen his daughter? Bro.
You know what the pepple is cooking.
Dude, you know they're going to do that shit. You know they're going to do that. They're going to.
Come on.
Dude, she's fugly, bro.
They're going to call it Pebble?
No. I don't think they're going to call her the Pebble, but I think they're going to do. They have to do. Look, she's the Rock's daughter. Yeah, she's the Rock's daughter. So they have to do something. They're going to push the shit out of her.
They're going to have to. He's going to show up in some of the shows. He's going to show up.
That's the reason.
He's going to show up.
No, but that's like Roman Reigns. The reason why he got pushed so fucking heavily
because
he's the Rock's cousin.
Well, there you go. See,
they wanted him to be the next like Rock. Basically.
Yeah, like Nia Jax. She's some big Samoan girl. She used to be a fitness model. She used to be fine, dude.
Really?
Like, yeah, she used to be a fit. If you look at her old photos,
yeah,
when she was like 20, 22, she was a fitness model. She was fucking hot.
What happened?
Donuts.
Bro, like Gina Carano.
Yeah.
Gina Carano was amazing back. She would never make weight anyways. But
she would never make weight.
Then she started doing movies, and it's like,
yeah, she lost her weight. Her weight.
I know we went complete left field on this, but if we're gonna have this conversation.
I know,
we should have an episode for
Gina
this.
Carano.
No, but like Nia Jax, horrible worker, dude.
Yeah, nobody wants to work with her.
Dude, she hurts people.
Yeah,
dude,
she messes up everybody.
Yeah, Becky Lynch, but it was her crowning moment though. So they have this thing called Survivor Series every year for WWE.
Okay.
So what it is it's brands of supremacy. So there's SmackDown and there's Raw.
Right.
So what happens is sometimes Raw invades SmackDown or SmackDown invades Raw. Well, this time SmackDown invaded Raw with the women. So the women from SmackDown came and beat the shit out of women from Raw. Becky Lynch, the man that she called herself, goes in the ring. Nia is supposed to push her away, right? She fucking punches her, dude. Breaks her orbital bone, breaks her nose, and a piece of her jaw breaks off a punch. Becky's fucking gushing blood, right?
Guess what she does?
She doesn't give a shit.
She continues.
She keeps going. And that's what made her. That's what made her. Because there's an old picture of Austin. I don't know if you remember. When he's fighting Bret Hart, he's bleeding.
Gushing
and
out
that's
blood.
what made Austin. Because he wouldn't quit.
When he was in the sharpshooter.
Yeah,
and he would
he
not
wouldn't
quit.
tap.
And the ref actually called it because he was
passed out. Like he actually passed out from blood loss.
Jeez.
Austin lost much blood.
He never tapped.
He never tapped. And that made Austin was already a name, but that solidified Austin as like the
Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Stone Cold.
So Becky Lynch getting hit and breaking her nose
That was
and
it.
saying, dude, she was wiping blood, throwing it,
Oof.
and then going down, still fighting. There's blood in the ring, and she sits there on top of the thing and puts her hands up. From that moment on, she nicknamed herself the Man, and that's what it was. She went with the persona.
I mean, she was kicking ass.
That's my point.
That's
like
a different ass personality, bro.
Nikki, right?
Yeah, or Nia.
Yeah.
Dude, she's horrible.
Always,
she hurts everybody.
Nobody
dude.
likes to work with her because there's always something.
Well,
going
she's
wrong.
big too. She's like 280 and like 6'2" or 6'3". So she's a big Samoan girl, but she doesn't know how to work. Like when you can break someone's back off a body slam, a simple body slam, if you don't know how to do it. She's hurt
Wrestling
people.
is ballet.
Yeah,
You have to know how to treat the other person.
So what you're saying is
They call her
wrestling is fake.
Moana.
No, no shit. But it's staged. It's staged, but it's a story. Like Brock Lesnar doing a shooting star flip.
Oh yeah,
A dude who's 280 pounds.
He almost fucked that.
280
one. So
pounds.
Bad.
Did a front flip off the top rope to a dude who was across the ring and didn't time it right, and his head hit first. Brock Lesnar pops up and still tries to continue the match. He broke his neck. He broke his neck and popped up. This is the same dude who tore his groin, and he tore his groin. He separated his shoulder. He still went to the NFL Combine and ran the fastest 100-yard dash and did the most reps for squat and bench.
Jeez.
I met Brock Lesnar. He's a fucking animal, dude.
He didn't bring none of that to Diaz, though. What happened there, bro? Really?
No,
right?
no, but you gotta understand.
That's sad
You gotta
because
understand.
honestly,
Brock took that fight and he shouldn't have taken that fight because Brock was recovering from the intestine thing where his intestines were being eaten by a parasite.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that.
he took that fight a week after he was cleared.
Dude, that's
they
nuts.
took a bunch of his intestine, right? It was like 6 inches.
No, he lost a lot of his fucking intestine, dude. But he took that fight and people were just like, why are you taking the fight? and he's just like, I'm Brock Lesnar. All right, cool. And he got beat. But then when he came back and he was fully healthy, dude, he
was knocking heads out.
He wrecks people, dude. He's a big fucking dude.
Dude, his hand looks like fucking 12 feet as it is.
Dude,
he's a big ass dude.
Like, we went to an event once, and like I saw the Big Show's hand.
Yeah.
Dude, like the Big Show's hand. You know how I put my hand with like Emma's, right?
Yeah.
That's how my hand looks to the Big Show. And I got a pretty big fucking hand. The Big Show's hand's like the size of a frying pan.
Imagine getting punched in the face by that man.
Or getting slapped in the chest. Dude,
that's
fuck.
it.
I thought you were going to say, imagine getting fingered by him. I was like, Eli, come on.
Dude, his fingers are probably like the size of your forearm, bro. I don't think you want to have
the
that
size
happen.
of your throat.
Wrestling is a show, so it's still on topic.
I mean, I guess.
It's still on topic. There's a bunch of fucked up shit with wrestling that like I found out through talking to people and people that I used to know when I used to do like bodyguard work and shit.
So that means that next episode we're going to talk about wrestling? Is that what we're going to do?
I don't think. I mean, we can do that. But there's a lot of people I could put on blast. Like you guys know Mia Yim or Mia Kim?
Mia Kim? No, sir. Who's that?
She's a wrestler in NXT right now.
NXT.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I follow WWE, but NXT is like
NXT's dope, dude. NXT's so much better.
I know it is.
Because they give them like Triple H gives them time. Like do what you want. And, like put on a good show.
It's just because I guess I don't know. Probably because it's not because I grew up in the '90s with it. You know?
Yeah.
You know.
But some of those dudes are dope though.
Yeah,
dude, she's hot. Dude, she's half black and half Asian.
Oh, she's half black, half Asian.
Yeah, she's fucking hot, dude. Well, she's friends with Shelton Benjamin, who I think you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, she's friends with him. So there's a guy, Sammy Guevara, over in AEW. They were together. They were together, right? He used to beat the shit out of her. No one knew because she would say, she's a wrestler.
So they think
it happened in the ring. So he would beat the shit out of her. Oh yeah, dude.
This is Eli's dream come true, bro. She's like,
dude,
athletic. She's Asian. Damn, bro, you should take notes. Right
look up who her boyfriend is. Keith Lee.
Not Eli.
Keith Lee.
I didn't know I was on Google.
But look up Keith Lee. But she finally said something to Shelton about what was going on. So he showed up at an arena and Sammy Guevara hid under the ring for 7 hours.
No.
So Shelton wouldn't find him.
No way.
Yep.
Dude.
So now she's dating Keith Lee now.
I like Keith. He's awesome.
Keith Lee is awesome, dude.
Yes,
yeah.
He has a great persona for
he does.
for this.
For as big as he is,
he's really a
dude. He can do front flips, back flips, dude. He's like 6'4", 6'5", like
show him
340. He's a big fucking dude that can do that kind of shit.
Oh damn,
dude, and that's actually him slimmed down.
Yeah, he was bigger.
He was bigger, man.
Was he bigger than your dad?
Not like muscle wise. No. He's just a big dude who can do that stuff.
They were trying to push him really hard too, but he didn't want to go because of
her. Like he wants to wait until she's called up now, so now he's up there full time. But before he didn't want to go up.
Okay,
because NXT is like the.
So was he doing that just to be like by her side the entire time because of the ex?
No. It's more of a point like in WWE, if you're a couple, okay, this is old, but Matt Hardy used to date Lita. Okay. They were together for what 4 or 5 years. They were in love, right?
Okay.
Matt's knee gets busted in a live event. He can't go on the road with them anymore. Edge, Adam Copeland, right?
Yeah.
He and Lita start getting together. They start messing around.
Damn.
Guess what?
It comes out at a live event because somebody finds them in the back kissing a fan and takes a picture.
No.
That shit circulates. Matt finds out about it, and people think it's a work.
Yeah, they put it in
not.
like if it was, but they basically the WWE writers were like, "Go for it!" Like,
yeah,
it's
because
real
Vince
happening.
fired him because there was a point where they used to do something called Bite This, where people got to call in and like talk to WWE superstars, right?
Right.
Well, Lita's on there, and people are, "Oh, Lita, I love you. You're so great. Oh, Lita, you're this," and she's like, "Oh, thank you." Matt gets through.
No.
And dude, he starts hurling, calling her a whore, a hoe, saying that she cheated on him. So Vince had to fire Matt because Matt kept waiting for Edge at live events.
Yeah.
So
he never showed up.
No. So it was such an outcry of people that had Matt's back because that was some just
shady
fucked up shit, dude.
That's shady.
So Vince hired Matt back to run that storyline.
Just to do the storyline on that end.
Yeah, just so that because that storyline went for like a year.
and with no closure.
It had closure, but
it wasn't like
it wasn't like, oh, this and that.
It was bad blood. Like, I mean, even
It was
after
little
the-
bad blood. They fucked each other up. Like their matches were nasty, dude.
they were actually hurting.
What about the greatest storyline in wrestling is Ms. Elizabeth and freaking
Macho Man,
Macho
dude, he used
Man,
to beat her ass, dude.
Yeah, in real life,
Yeah,
she was really submissive.
yeah.
So, I mean, as much as I would love to continue on with this wrestling, because we went way off field for this.
Nah, it's a show.
I mean, it is technically
It's
it
a
is a show.
show.
It is a show. You could technically still watch these shows, but
Orange Cassidy.
Oh, dude, dude, bro. Dude, okay,
Sorry,
hold on,
sorry,
hold on.
sorry, Eli.
hold on.
All right, let's go.
Orange
All right.
Cassidy is this white dude wearing jeans, right?
He's
Okay.
on
EEW or
AEW.
AEW.
Okay.
So he does this shit where he puts his hands in his
pants.
fucking pockets, dude.
and he just
Does
and that's how he
moves.
wrestles. That's how he wrestles.
That's how he wrestles for a whole match.
And he'll like tap you with his feet like he's kicking and like boom.
Yeah, like
your turn.
I've seen him get on the top rope and jump off on somebody and kick him, dude. It's like the gnarliest shit you've ever seen.
some like new ninjutsu type shit.
No,
Like,
but he keeps his hands in his like he plays it cool too.
And he's a skinny little fucker.
Yeah, he's skinny little white dude.
White dude.
Like
Orange
he's
Cassidy.
dope though.
Yeah, look.
oh my god.
Yeah, dude, that's how he wrestles though.
He wears
fucking
jeans and he has a
dope.
jean jacket
Yeah.
with glasses.
Dude, he's
Yeah.
he's dope.
It's crazy though.
He's dope.
He looks like George Michael's boyfriend.
Yeah, he does, but he's dope though.
Hey, but you know who's helping him out or backing him up?
Who?
Sting.
Oh well, yeah, that would there's your push.
there
Yeah.
you go.
There's your push.
There's your answer right there.
But I mean, that's a great gimmick for him.
Well, yeah.
he's able to pull it off.
Yeah,
He's like the Eminem of wrestling.
yeah, I can give you that one.
The Eminem of wrestling.
That's the problem with AEW though. They're gonna flounder because they don't have a big head. Like they don't,
They don't
have,
have the yeah. I mean, they have Chris Jericho.
but he's like 50.
No,
Oh yeah, he's
60.
an old man. I
Yeah,
remember
he
that.
is old as shit, bro.
But he does yoga.
Look, but he does do yoga. He does DDP yoga.
Yes.
Yeah,
So we saw-
but that's a true thing, dude.
It is. I know.
Oh, my
Eli's
God.
over here.
Check
Hey, Eli's over here. Like, what the hell did we get myself
we got,
into?
Nah,
we're like, what,
sorry,
we opened
bro.
up a whole different can of worms right here, bro.
Hey, when you know, you know.
Yeah, well,
And
you know, we
you
can
know.
have a wrestling debate. You're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
but
I mean, well, no, I don't give a fuck. I'll get him. I'll
Round
do my
one.
little research and shit. But anyways, so we had Herbert talk about documentaries. That was his thing, and then we had Eddie over here talking about his.
the fuck are you talking about? I thought we were talking about wrestling.
We were.
This is a wrestling
Oh, no,
podcast.
It was a
Hey,
show.
hey, we're going way off topic, bro. Let's
No,
let's-
but well, I mean, you know, I love Saved by the Bell, and another one I want to just push on that one was the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
that's
Yeah,
another.
That was another great show.
Why don't you want me? That episode that hurts
Yo,
every
When-
single
when-
time, dude.
Yeah, and when I found out that he actually, you know,
His dad actually left him.
Yeah, he got into that. Like they were like, just let it go.
Yeah.
Like
let it
Well,
roll.
Uncle
The
Phil,
cameras
James Avery told him, like, if you're gonna come at me with this, you know,
with the
scene.
scene.
with the scene, come at me the right way. And off that's how he got Independence Day.
was it?
Yeah.
No way.
They saw him act off that, and that's what they got him. That's what got him that movie.
HBO Max did like the interview.
bitch.
So HBO Max did like the whole
The reunion?
Reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Aunt Viv was fucking hard to watch.
That was the hard part to watch.
because you thought it was him, you thought it was her, and he kind of like unknowingly kind of fucked her out of Hollywood.
Yes,
he did.
yes, yeah.
He even said like, I didn't know like me saying those little words would like destroy your career, but it did.
But she was being a diva though, and
Yeah, she wanted more money than
exactly.
Will. Which, come on now, you take Will off that show, it's not a show anymore.
It's not a show anymore. And then at the
Fresh
time she
Prince
was
of Bel-Air,
she was
not-
pregnant with at the time when she
Yeah,
was
she was-
pregnant.
yeah.
She really was pregnant. And then because of the way that comment blew out of proportion, then they started ostracizing her, saying no, we don't want to work with her. And then it not only ruined her life, but at the same time, like
Well, she was having problems at home too.
Yeah, she was. She was having issues at home with her
But
husband. and all that
on,
stuff.
on her side, even she said, she's like, me asking for more money or me asking for more money than you was the wrong way to go about things.
Right.
And in my head, I'm just like think about it. Like, it's like if you have a show and it's named after the dude and you're saying, I want more money than the person the show is named after, what do you think is going to happen?
And the first 2 years of that show, he wasn't even making money. Was the thing
No.
because he owed
Well,
so many
he,
taxes.
he owed so much tax money
Yeah,
that all
it
his
was
checks
all
were
going-
going. That's the only reason why he
Yeah.
did the show, was because they said this will clear you off your tax debt if you do this show. You won't get a paycheck.
He didn't want to do it.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to do
No,
it.
he didn't want to do
because
it.
he
But it was
gave
the
him
only
money.
way for him to be able to get out of it.
Yeah, because he owed so much money in back taxes that he had to do the show.
Yeah.
He had to.
My favorite part was the story that he tells about going to Quincy Jones's house and how it all developed, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
he was like, all right, you'll be good for a show.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Yeah, we're going to do it right now.
Come on,
here.
your auditions right now. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Let's go.
It's funny because my dad, he's in construction, and he actually worked at one of Quincy Jones's houses. And this is a while back, and when he came home, he would tell us stories about what's going on. I guess the way he has it set up, too, is this compound is he's on top of a hill, and he's got like 3 wives, and they all live around him. And they all have their house around him, so like his kids are always around, and he said that it was like a really mellow atmosphere. Everybody's super cool and down there.
No shit, it's Quincy Jones.
I mean, Quincy Jones. This guy has been making so many moves.
Yeah, they say
in the
Quincy
media.
Jones and Marlon Brando and Richard Pryor used to fuck each other.
What?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Is that the gossip? Is that the tea that you heard, or is
That's
that like fact?
that's the gossip I heard. It's not, I wasn't there.
I mean,
I
hey, I'm
can't
just
say it was a
saying, 'cause,
fact,
like,
but that's the.
There's a documentary on Netflix about Quincy Jones, and they
Yeah,
talk about
but-
like how great he was, how he did influence Will
yeah,
Smith
but that's
and all
not
that stuff.
that's not a. I don't like those docs. I don't like docs where like they just blow smoke up your ass. Like he was such a great guy. He never did anything wrong.
You just
That's
want,
the end.
You want real
Yeah.
shit.
I want real like.
you
If
want-
you're a dick, you're a dick. Like own it.
That's you reminded me of a really good show as well. It's called The Laugh Factory.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember where it's at, but like they talk, and I was like, it opens up your eyes to a lot of Richard Pryor coming up, you know, like, and I really didn't even have a concept that he kind of started in L.A. I thought he was more like back east or somewhere in or New York.
Yeah.
But the way that he was developing his comedy, like he cultivated himself there too.
Oh, you know him and Eddie didn't like each other. Richard Pryor and Eddie. They fucking hate each other, dude.
I didn't know
I think I told you that story.
Yeah, you did tell me that story. And then like,
Promise.
and when since we were talking about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, there was a part where, you know, that scene where he's, you know, talking about his dad. He was obviously being really emotional. This is what, like you were saying, they projected him to kind of like be a serious actor. Yeah. And in that scene, after that scene, Uncle Phil,
James Avery, yeah.
James Avery, after that scene, he holds him real tight and he says, "Now that's acting." Like that was the scene where like it hit home. Like you're like, dude, I feel for this guy, for his pain, his struggle, and he was really into the scene because he was coming from a really hurt place.
Plus James told him don't, because remember James did Broadway,
he
and
did
other
Broadway.
stuff. So he told him, don't come at me halfway when you act. You're gonna come at me the right way.
He really did like plant a seed on not just acting but character, because if you guys remember, actually the Fresh DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince won the very first rap Grammy.
Yeah, him.
And they didn't accept it because they knew that they didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
But because he was so marketable and he was non-dangerous,
he was
guy.
the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He wasn't. Tupac deserved it that year,
Yeah.
He did.
and he got it. And that's why they didn't accept it, because
Yeah.
Tupac deserved it,
He
but you weren't
deserved
going to
it.
give it to him because all the shit he was saying about like East Coast and stuff.
Yeah,
and look at he's become really successful because he
His
knew-
wife cheated on him.
Really? Oh, they did.
Cheated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, come on. You
Yeah.
didn't know about the Red Table Talk? Come on.
Yeah.
It was all over the.
He
freaking-
wasn't crying. Everybody's
Hey.
like, "Oh, he was crying." He wasn't crying.
No, but he gave her. Come on, he gave her the stink eye. We all.
Of course, he gave us stuff.
Come
He
on.
was fucking his son's friend.
And,
Like,
and what did she call it? It was a. They made it into like a meme and everything. It was a what?
Like an adventure.
no,
no,
it
it
was
was an adventure.
Shit.
You see, now I got you thinking. So Jada and
It's like an open relationship.
No, not for Will.
not for Will.
It was for her.
It's not when it,
Like if you see the way Will bloviated about her about like everything, it was pretty awesome. Like the way he would see
Entanglement.
her.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was an entanglement.
It was an entanglement.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
That's what she
your
called it.
ass was cheating, and
Yeah,
that's
she was cheating.
that, bro. Don't fuck around. So, but here's
Like
the thing.
Will forgave her. They went on vacation together.
And you know, so I was saying earlier, in like about the random fact. So a man cheat, he's the fucking piece of shit of this world. Women cheat, oh, it was an entanglement. What the fuck is that?
Dude, people still bombed on her though.
Hey,
la
oh yeah,
chingada,
they-
cabrona.
Yeah, people still bombed
Hey,
on
they
her.
bombed her and roast her and all
there
that shit.
was no like, oh, she's a woman, it's okay. No, she cheated on Will Smith, so it wasn't
Period.
like you
Cut her
know,
off.
Like, well, but like going from Will Smith, like where are you going higher than that?
There's no way.
You stupid.
No, unless you're going like Obama or some shit like that, like guy who was like the president, or Denzel, who's like at that category of who he is.
Right.
Everything else is like down here.
Yeah, but they don't know that until they fuck up.
Oh yeah, it's like I told somebody, girls usually fuck a dude who's better situated in life. Guys usually fuck a girl who's closest to them.
That's true. Because like, you know,
It's true because
women cheat. The guy's away from town, from another town in another fucking city. We're like, oh, she lives right down the street. Fuck it, let's go. Like,
easier.
Convenience, right?
This got really off. This got really off now.
So, all right, babe.
I was thinking of who lives around me, and it's a bunch of old ladies. So I guess I'm
Same
safe.
thing here, so it's all good.
Hey, better get that pension, son.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, you know what I want to do?
What?
You know what I want to do? Because since
Do I have a problem, really?
like
I don't
since
need-
Herb is here, like not this time, but another time, I want to do, and we can switch off.
Yeah.
Do the dad jokes
Yes.
and just see like who laughs.
Let's do dab jokes.
Like you see the videos, like that kind of shit.
yeah.
Like do it like that.
Do you want to do it with the water in it and see if whoever?
We can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Bro, we could do it right now. Eli, your mama's so short, her head smells like feet.
It's a dad joke,
Sorry
bro.
about that, ladies and gentlemen. He will no longer be on the mic anymore.
Nah, you can just do it like, what is this one? Spring is here. I got so excited, I wet my plants. Like, it's just,
Like, come on.
it's like there was some we were saying last time that were just like so bad that we started laughing.
They're just so good. And I'm good. I'm game with it. You guys are game for that?
Jose is the king of dad jokes.
Oh
Right?
yeah, Jose definitely is like the king of dad jokes. They're golden. Like one where you're like, Dad, did you get a haircut? No, I got them all cut.
You do that, see? What rhymes with boo and stinks?
What?
You. See, it's dumb, but some of them hit.
Yeah.
Like, I think Eli said one last time with the boys that was so dumb, but it hits at that right moment, and you can't hold that shit in because it's so fucking stupid that it just... like that grape one, I couldn't hold it in for that one. It was dumb, but I couldn't hold it in.
So then, okay, so let's get back on track for a quick second. So, Eddie, Herbert, we talked about the one with the guilty pleasures. Baish, you have anything else about like guilty pleasures that you like watching besides Everybody Loves Raven?
Besides wrestling, no.
Well, there you go. Well, then, you guys have any final thoughts? Oh, actually, go ahead.
Yeah, I just watched a couple of shows that were pretty crazy. It's on Netflix. It's called Queen's Gambit.
Okay.
And so it's a show about chess. And realistically,
Oh, yeah.
every episode ties you in because I wasn't invested into watching even 2 episodes, but I binged the whole thing.
That's the one
it's-
that everybody's talking about right now. Like,
Yeah.
the actress is great, the storyline is great, and it just kind of hooks you in.
Yeah, and it's she's a great actress, but also she pulls it off because it's a sad story. She's like in an orphanage or she's in a home, and she just picks up chess out of nowhere and starts beating like some of the best guys.
Mm-hmm.
So even whether or not you're into chess, it's a great show to watch.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
the second one I want to say, sorry about that.
Tiffany
Is,
Haddish, bro, she's...
she's coming up there.
She's doing her thing.
So you're saying what's the other episode?
The second one is Night Stalker, bro.
Night
I
Stalker.
love Night
That
Stalker.
is a good one.
Because I lived through that time too, and it was crazy. I was just telling Baish that the summer and the heat was a factor. It was like a character in the whole situation because it was 6 months of like 110-degree weather, and back then everybody would just leave their windows open, but you knew that's where he used to get into the houses. So there was like a fear that was going on, and I don't know if I told you guys the story, but back in the day. I had to watch my brother. He was a baby while my mom used to take my dad to work.
Uh-huh.
And so one day around that time frame, I was watching him and I was looking out the window because I was scared of Night Stalker. And this guy goes to the neighbor's house, and she never like had friends over, nothing. And he opened the door and he just walked in, and I got scared, bro, because I was like, oh my God, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like nobody walks into the house. Long story short, bro, I found a bat. And I was waiting by the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
While my mom came home or while he came in, and my plan was I'm gonna come up on this guy. So then I found another place to hide, and then my mom found me. I was asleep. She found me with a bat. I almost whacked her with it.
Shit.
And when she went to go talk to the neighbor, it just ended up being that he was her brother and he hadn't seen her forever, so that's why he walked in like that.
Oh
but
my
but
gosh.
that's the kind of fear you lived in. You know what I mean? And
That was instilled in you because of what was going on around that time.
And there was rumors about a lot of stuff. He was killing blonde. He was killing Orange County. So you found a way for that to fit you. My mom had just colored her hair brown. They were coloring black again, you know?
Yeah.
Just to not be a victim of the Night Stalker. So great show, bro. They got a lot of great details, and everything, the way that ties into LA and just the time frame is pretty right on.
So, gentlemen, before we wrap up this lovely show, do you guys have any final thoughts, Herb?
I know it was an honor, and there's a lot of shows that we missed. I know that.
So don't be a dick and fucking write me and be like, you guys missed this show. No shit.
Honestly, I watch too much TV for to not miss a bunch of shows. But send us suggestions. We're happy to go over it, and I just look forward to the next time we have a conversation.
Thank you so much for that, Herbert. And then Don Bonbon, Mr. Eats with Eddie, what you got for us?
Nothing. I just it was great. I love it. Everything's. I always like to hear everybody else's 2 cents. Because again, we all have our own opinions about everything. But what I like about this is that we get to introduce shows that people probably haven't heard of, or probably have heard but don't know anything about it,
like the history, right?
Yeah. So then they get into it and probably even like her said, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, then fuck off.
Yeah, Mr. I don't like Ozarks.
Like I said, fuck off.
That's one way to do it.
But thanks again, guys, for bringing me in here today. Eats with Eddie. No plug-in, but yeah.
I'll play your thing again if you want.
Let's plug it in one more time. Go ahead, play it one more time. So for all you who didn't know, here we got a little soundtrack right here for Eddie. Go ahead. For those of you who are foodies, I mean, these days, who isn't? We have just the person for you.
You know Eddie?
Of course I know Eddie.
Well, Eddie Hernandez is your guide, and you can follow him on Instagram. That's IG for the kids out there. But you can follow him at Eats with Eddie.
Have you heard of Yelp?
Of course.
Well, he's an elite Yelper. When you have a place you want reviewed or talked about, don't hesitate to send him a message on Yelp or Instagram with the details. He's better with food than most are with words. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Eats with Eddie. So as far as my final thoughts here, gentlemen, we had a great episode today. We had some great feedback, great shows to recommend, talk about our binge-worthy, the good, a couple of bad ones, but our guilty pleasures. I can't wait to we get back together for another episode. So my only final thoughts is the same thing. Thank you, everybody who's listening to us. We really appreciate your feedback. Those of you who are family, friends, thank you so much for your time. Any shows, any movie, any video game, anything that you want us to, critique, let us know. We'll be more than happy to do our little homework, investigate some things, and, talk about it on our next episode. Baish, you got anything?
Yeah. Fuck Reddit.
Thank you, Reddit, for the tips, by the way. XRP and AMC.
Also, fuck Robinhood, who will be probably bankrupt and out of business in the next week.
Oh, we got to definitely talk about next episode. But all right, we'll have more information about that.
Yeah. Dude. So, yeah, it was a good episode. Talk about some awesome stuff.
Till next time, we out.
Word.